Alrighty then, welcome back to another episode of Deep Thoughts Whiskey Shots. As always, it's me, your host,
What are you talking
Manila Gorilla, the albino rhino, the maintenance store, the blue eyes with the white dragon. That's right, it's me, American podcasting legend, James Weaver. How you doing? And as always, joined by my co-host sitting on the couch.
Hi, it's me, the degenerate extraordinaire.
And who's that sitting next to him? It's a friend to you and me. But we don't know his name quite yet. So what's your fucking name?
Whoa, yeah.
You know me. Nicholas Nickleby.
Oh, Nickel B in the house today, everybody. The legendary
Yes,
Nick B.
I almost said
Good
ODB.
friend to me and you.
Definitely good friends to all out there, my friends. Shout out to all of y'all. Appreciate y'all having me on too, you know?
Oh, yeah. Appreciate. Yeah. What kind of, so real quick, you want to do our tradition? What are we drinking on today before we kind of get into everything?
Oh, yeah. I think, is everybody drinking the same kind of mix here?
I think so.
Okay, so yeah, everybody is currently drinking the Dr. Pepper Blackberry with the, what is that, Crown Royal Apple. And
Crown
I'll
Apple.
get up here in a second and show you that bottle. But everybody knows what that looks like.
Everybody knows what Crown Apple
Yes,
is.
sir. Yes, sir.
So there we go.
Boom.
Boom. There it is.
Where
Now,
are we at?
Beautiful bottle.
Counter
Beautiful
it.
bottle.
Yeah, nice
Now,
and green.
For the love of God, Crown, if you haven't sponsored us yet, why?
Come on.
Damn it, we're giving it to you for free. That's why we
Come
got
on.
to
It's
hold
because
them
we're
back.
American podcasters and we're not in Canada.
Oh yeah, and now we decided to tear up the shit out of them for so now they're gonna be mad at us and everything. But this ain't a political podcast, Blade, so don't go
That's
there.
true.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
I
All
see.
right, well,
there
you wanted
you
a reason. I gave you a reason.
There it is. Well, let's go ahead and we got to go ahead and talk about the Puerto Rican elephant in the room. That's right, little Nick over here. Kind of give it a little introduction. You know, I met him back in I don't know what year that was. Like probably about a good solid 10 years now at least.
At the very, probably more than that, honestly, but at the very least, me and Lorna weren't married yet.
I just started dating her actually. Whenever me
Yeah,
and you
so
started
probably
hanging out.
about 13, 14 years. Me
years.
and Lorna have been married for 10 years. It's our 10-year anniversary, y'all.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So, we me and him we were working at the same place in the outskirts of Anywhere, Texas. That's right, we're in Anywhere, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so we were actually working at a local fitness club. We'll just put it at that. We don't have to sponsor nobody for nothing. And, I was just one of those people, whenever you just kind of meet somebody and they just kind of click up, and we've just been good friends ever since. We were roommates
sir.
for a minute, worked together, few jobs, you know what I mean? And here he is. We kind of wanted to introduce him, bring him on. Starters off, as you can see, he's got his New York hat. And
You know what it is.
Oh, yeah.
Numero uno, mija.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, we're gonna start this bullshit all
Know
over
it.
again. Yeah, we're Texas Rangers around here.
Ay, ay, ay.
Anyways, so but wearing the hat, are you just a poser, or are you actually from the town?
Oh, you know what it is, man. So originally, born actually in Virginia.
Okay.
Mom,
So he's a poser.
mom and dad, everybody, family. You know what I'm saying? Is from New York. My mom is from the Bronx. That's mainly where we lived at. A little bit when I was a little bit younger as well. My dad originally from Harlem, moved
Okay.
to North Carolina, stayed in North Carolina for a long time too as well. But yeah, majority most of the time back and forth in New York, North Carolina, Virginia, up and down that whole East Coast.
East Coast.
So you stayed around in Harlem?
Yeah, my dad. I wouldn't mainly in the Bronx and for
Okay.
New York. But my dad is from Harlem. But I have a lot of family still in Harlem too. You know what I'm saying? Harlem's totally different now. It's a lot regentrified. You know,
Gentrified,
you
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Everything's like totally different. You know what I mean now? But yeah, that's
safe
my
now.
dad. It's a lot safer, definitely.
Now the real question.
Still New York.
Yeah.
No.
Did any of the bodegas change? Were they better or worse?
No, some of the bodegas are still around, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, the good bodegas, depending on the family and shit like that, obviously,
Yeah.
you know.
How attached to the community they
Yeah,
are.
exactly. Sometimes they just, they have the same family, you know what I mean? Kind of like generations owning it, you know what I
Right.
mean? And then some of the bodegas are like or at the bottom of people's houses, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes, the family lives there also, you know what I mean? So yeah, the generation will go through there. But yeah, a lot of bodegas left too, you know what I'm saying? Or they, they get bought out, but so much money. They've never seen so much money at once, and then it's just more about the
the
the property
sale.
value. It's real
Right.
easy. You get the cash out. You good. You can move somewhere nice. You never had no backyard or nothing. You know what I'm saying? You could definitely get a little land or something, you know, and not even have to worry about it every day. You know what I'm saying? So, and I can never blame nobody for that either. You know what I mean?
You gotta
That's
get your
the
money
dream.
when you get
Yeah,
the
yeah.
chance.
That's at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Even with the big companies, you know, they want to sell out. At the end of the day, cash out, hands off, you're good. You
And
know
that was
what I'm
always
saying?
the thing that kind of like when we would talk about the differences from like, you know, us being here in Anywhere, Texas versus you living in New York and stuff. It always amazed me like the difference of the money flow and the prices of things and stuff like that. Like one of the big examples I remember, like we used to talk about when we get like a pack of Newports or whatever when we were working the construction business, and it'd be like, you know, $9-10 here, and he'd be like, man, this same pack was like what 15, 16 or some crazy
man, like,
shit.
yeah,
like,
probably. I'm trying to think. Probably like late 2000s. You know what I'm saying? It was already like $14-15. You know what I'm saying? Now probably I can't even tell you like how much probably the pack of Newports are. You know what I'm saying?
I know they're like 15 in Vegas now or whatever.
Yeah, it's
so
probably
it's
like
probably that.
$17. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now especially like that, you know, the weed is a lot more accessible and like you can just smoke kind of everywhere in New York now,
Right.
honestly,
Right.
which is crazy to think of because before it was fucking not like that at all. Obviously,
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I'm
When was
saying?
the last time you were back?
Man, it's been a fucking long ass time, probably
Yeah.
like 10 years. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You still have family that live out there?
Yeah, I still got family that live over there. Some family in the Bronx, some family in the Queens. A lot of family in the Queens, actually, Jamaica, Queens.
yeah.
Around-
Shout out 50 Cent.
Yeah, shout out 50, man. Oh, I know 50 not from. He's from definitely Jamaica, Queens, but my family they live around Ozone Park. You know what I'm saying, which is like right around Jamaica, Queens as well too.
Okay.
But yeah, so still family over there. It's a cool spot too. The Queens is nice. I like Queens. You know what I'm saying? It's cool.
So what would you say was like probably one of the biggest like cultural shocks like coming from like I know you telling me a lot, you know, I was a Texas boy or whatever, ain't really traveled around too much or what and whatnot. So like you telling me and teaching me some of this stuff was always really eye opening for me because it's just like damn, it's a real different world out there. And as I've
Yeah.
gotten older, I've kind of seen it for myself,
Yeah.
obviously. But you know, when like literally when I met you, I think I might have gone to Oklahoma to gamble. You know what I'm saying? And I think I might have went to Minnesota one time to see my grandfather get married. So like I
Yeah.
didn't travel a whole
yeah,
lot.
yeah, I feel you.
So it was one of those things like really hearing the difference, you know, and like just the difference when we were hanging out. Like they gave me the nickname immediately, and I feel like it's just because I was hanging out with you a lot that I became Big Country just because I was hanging out with Little Urban. You know what I mean?
You're still locked in as my phone. Same thing, Big Country, man.
I
like,
hated that nickname
I
so
know you
much,
hated it,
right?
and like I know.
Oh,
And then
God.
the originator of the name obviously was a clown. You know what
Oh,
I'm
my
saying?
God.
So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a whole nother story. That guy.
Well, but like I remember when he told me that, and I was like, "Why do I gotta be Big Country?" And he's like, "Because you're big, and don't you like country?" I was like, "I hate country music. What the fuck
That's
are you
what's so
talking
funny about
about?"
it.
Yeah,
I
I
was
see,
like-
and I never thought about it from music country. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I always thought about it like from the East Coast perspective. If I saw you, I'd be like, "This is a person that I feel
Country
like
fed big
represents
motherfucker."
Texas." Yeah,
Yeah,
a
yeah.
big farm bull out here, a white albino bull out here. This boy looking large and in charge out here. You know what I'm
And
saying?
Did you look
gorilla.
excitingly and longingly at biscuits or something?
Always.
Yeah, that was
Always.
probably it. That's what gave you the name, bro.
That might
They
have
brought
been
out
it.
biscuits, and you were like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
No, that was the thing because like this was funny. Is like basically before the dude even really got to know me like that, I was Big Country, and then I just remember like, "Yo, what the fuck?" He was like, "What do you mean, yo?" And I just started talking like I do, and he was like. And I was like, man, what do you mean Big Country? I grew up around Dallas. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Like,
Yeah.
type shit, you know? And it was just,
And like I said, just off the look, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
especially
But-
at that time, you know, because I was always wearing like the real baggy shit and whatnot. And just like,
yeah.
I definitely, you know, actually, really, a whole lot hasn't changed. I'm just gonna
It's all
lie,
good.
and a little bit
It's all
more
good.
beard.
Yeah.
you
I
know?
think you wore a lot of denim jeans back then because of the construction gigs.
Well, then that, and then the other thing too. Well, then I remember the backpedal of the comment because I was like, man, I hate that Big Country shit. Like, I remember joking, like, is that racial? And then like,
that
no, it's because you got a clip and you put your keys on. And like, I always used to just keep my keys on my hip, and I was kind of like, that is kind of a country fucking thing
I
to
don't
do.
know why that used to drive him crazy. He used to
Yeah.
fucking say something about that all the time. He was like,
Oh yeah, nah.
I was like, he said, I remember he said something like he thought it made you like a janitor or something.
You're like a big
that.
old janitor.
Yeah,
I was like, what
sir,
the fuck
what
are
are
you
you-
talking about? Like,
It's just
I
a
remember-
keychain.
I remember you like, because we had a meeting and they were talking about how we could improve our sales, and that's what
Yeah.
we did. By the way, we worked in gym sales, so we
Yeah.
sold the membership and supplements and all this and that
Yeah.
stuff. That's kind of what we.
This
really
is one
got
of our
cool.
managers here to be talking about
The
man.
first one, yeah,
the
yeah.
wild boy.
This was basically the beginning, like where me and him kind of became cool, is just because like we kind of had the same thought process, and like the managers would say some dumb shit, and like neither one of us came from like a corporate aspect world or whatever. So to us, we were just there selling gym memberships, trying to look good, get fit, check out ladies and shit like that. Like that's literally all we gave a fuck about.
It was a job, man.
It was a job, and it wasn't like it was like our career. It was just a job at the time. It was a free gym membership type shit, you know. And you know, hey, we had a lot of fun. We saw a lot of crazies. We'll get into some of the crazy shit that we
definitely.
just. Whew. But yeah, no, I just remember thinking that, like, I was just like, you know, this is what, because I'm big, I'm like 6 foot and white. All of a sudden, I got to be big country. I was like, what the fuck is this shit?
That was it, man.
I guess that was it, you know.
Like I said, still locked in as my phone like that. You know what I'm saying?
But you know, one thing I did notice, like when we started doing this podcast, like I didn't realize I had such a Texan drawl until I started hearing myself. So now it makes a lot more sense. Like at first I was like, I don't sound country. What the fuck? And then I hear myself, I'm like,
Texas is a cool place. You know what I'm saying? Texas gets a lot of love. You know what I mean? It's a good place to represent. You know what I'm saying?
So what was like your biggest cultural shock then, coming from like New York to living here and stuff? Like what kind of was the thing you were just like, oh shit, this is different?
Just everything's so much more spread out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
also,
it takes you
like,
20 minutes to go to the grocery store.
Yeah, there's no like,
For real.
you know, you outside of like the East Coast and like a little bit more city areas. I hadn't really been to Texas like that, obviously, or a place like Texas, because Texas is a little different. You can be in a little bit more city urban area, and then you can drive 20 minutes out and be in a complete fucking farmland. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of wild.
And the city is not like a city, you know what I'm saying? Especially this is, I moved here in like, I want to say like 08 or some shit like that, or 09. Not 08, I want to say. So it wasn't even as built up as it is now, you know what I'm saying? But there's still not like real public transportation, I'll say, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. Like the buses and subways and stuff like that.
Not that there isn't those things, because you have like the DART and the TRX and shit like that.
The metropolitan areas do have that, just because
But
businesses and shit.
Exactly, but they don't, I'll say, extend like a true city would be. So like I can't walk to a bus station like that's like 20 minutes from, or excuse me, like down the street from my house, and then just catch a bus to like South Lake or Plano, and then come right back to like Euless or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no trains that are going to be doing that for you. You know what I'm saying?
He somehow took a bus all the way to Anywhere, Texas, because remember, Anywhere, Texas.
Exactly. Those are made up names, of course. You know?
Of course.
But yeah, so like just those type of things. Like you can't really go that far. They have those public transportation options, you know, but just on a smaller scale, I'll say.
You gotta stay within your own city and
exactly,
town and stuff.
Like those places only have X amount of routes. You know what I'm saying? That are only hitting X amount of places. You know, whether like, you know, when you go into New York, you can hit every borough, and in every borough there's 10 stops or something, or you know what I'm saying, multiple stops.
You can literally ride the bus and see the whole state. Type
yeah,
shit.
like you can just go around.
Like
you can literally, you can go to Jersey. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can go to different states almost sometimes. You know, just with that almost. You know what I mean? So stuff like that was totally different. That killed me, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I didn't even get my license, obviously, until, you know, like 10 years being here, you know what I'm saying? And I was driving still and shit, you know what I mean? But I just was like, man, I never had a license in my life. What do I need? What do I need to do? Yeah, what do I really need to do? As long as I have always try to make sure I have my insurance good, because it will tell your shit, you know what I'm saying? If you don't got insurance. But that was the main thing.
Because I remember you telling me about like having to pay for parking spots, like every
parking
month and
shit like that.
I was like, damn,
now, like, obviously, you know, you don't need the car. That's one of the greatest things, you know, I'm gonna save you so much money, such a much more big expense, you know what I'm saying? When you factor all those things, and you talking about gas, having the car maintenance, you know what I'm saying, just having the car and all that, like,
good shit. This was
totally different.
This was back then. You were talking about they were charging like $300 a month just to have a parking spot.
Like, that's nothing.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
crazy.
Like, I mean, and then you're in the project, so you don't get the parking spot. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
but
right.
And yeah, and that 300. I mean, that's nothing. That's like probably in like the worst little spot, and it's probably like a half of a like square of a parking spot. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And you probably share it. You probably share it like with somebody
you
too.
get it Tuesday and
Yeah,
Thursdays.
so you gotta share that shit. So, so it's just stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? The living's totally different, especially like from where we're coming from. Like I said, we're mainly into projects and shit like that. So,
I remember there was another time where we were. I was signing up a dude that was moving from New York, and he was talking about selling his like 1-bedroom condo, and I was like, "Oh, how much you trying to get?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get 1.5 million." I remember just being like, A one-bedroom condo for 1.5 million. What the fuck? Like in my head, I'm like 1.5 million gets you like a ranch and everything else down there. You know what I mean?
Like their studio apartments.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Those studio apartments are pretty much just one bedrooms. You know what I'm saying? And
That's
most
crazy.
of it's like one large area.
1.5 million, Blade.
Yeah, depending on where you
I'm
are.
sitting here
you know?
thinking I could make the whole compound for that. We could make the whiskey
That's what I'm
compound.
saying.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can
With
live
that
the rest of
money.
my life with that type of money.
That's
You know
what
what I'm saying? You
I'm
can
saying.
flip that
That's
into you're never working again. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's just stuff like that. On a larger scale, you know, and then like I said, on a smaller scale, just like every day-to-day stuff, like there being like not as many different, I'll say, like cultures, you know what I'm saying? Like it's very like you're Spanish or kind of white type of,
You
know
got
what I'm saying?
white, black, and Mexican.
Yeah, that's all you got out here, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
what
That's pretty
kinda
much
breaks
what it
down.
is.
Yeah.
Over there, it's like, man, you have like a whole Chinese community, like you have
Yeah.
a whole Vietnamese community. If you want to go to Little Italy, there's a whole Italian community.
Right.
Like those different communities are like that. There's not that either, you know what I'm saying? Which I always talked about, you know what I'm saying, when I would like come in contact with like white people at first over here, you know what I'm saying? I'd be like, oh, so what race are you? You know what I'm saying? They'd be like, well, I'm white. I'm like, no, I mean, like, for real, though. Like, are you, like,
what part?
Italian? Are you Irish? You know what I'm saying? Because it's a little different like that. You know what
Nah,
I'm
bro,
saying?
my name's Chad.
I'm like, oh, okay, Chad. All right, Chad.
I'm
Yeah.
Chad,
He's,
bruh.
You're American.
I'm from
But,
Cali,
yeah.
bruh.
And,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
that was,
bro.
even that, you know, is just different because you're used to, like, you know what I'm saying, the average white-looking, quote-unquote person, you know what I'm saying, over there is,
And
like,
his name's fucking Tony. Hey,
Yeah,
whoa,
exactly.
hey,
Yo,
whoa,
hey,
hey.
yo.
I just like to play Call of Duty, all right?
Yeah.
Hey, you see me here, walking here. Yeah,
hey,
that
he's a
guy.
spicy meatball.
Oh, hey, Mario, what's up?
So I mean, it's just like culturally everything is almost everything is different. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
To a certain aspect, you know, there's still gonna be
Because
certain
it's like
things,
really
of course.
24/7 out there, right? Like nothing
Yeah.
shuts down.
Most of the time, there's things that you know kind of shut down, but to pretty much most everything you can find. Like if you want some
Okay.
food, if you want to go to a certain spot, you know, if you need to find a club or there's something for
Something.
everything. You know what I'm saying? Something for everybody over there.
'Cause
I
that
love
was
those
my-
spots. Those
Yeah,
are the
because
best.
that was my culture shock when we went to his wedding in Vegas. Because I was just like, it's like it's 3 a.m. Are you guys hungry? And I'm like, what the fuck's open at 3 a.m? It's
Everything, my boy.
everything is
Yeah.
open. You know what I mean? And like that's what I was kind of wondering if it's kind of like that out there, where it's
Yes.
just like always like if you want Italian food, you can go sit down at 3 a.m. and find
Yeah,
a spot.
yeah.
Like
There's
it's there.
there's spots you can do that, and then you gotta remember there's bakeries everywhere. You know what I'm saying? The thing about a lot of the bakeries, they baking at 3 in the fucking morning. You know what I'm saying? Because they
for the
having
next
it.
day.
Yeah, people, and you
Yeah.
gotta remember it's the city. You know what I'm saying? So people are going to work at all times of the day too. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Like there's Dunkins everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Dunkin' is Starbucks in the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? Like
Okay.
it's like
Okay.
Starbucks is cool. You know what I'm saying? But Dunkin' runs East Coast over there. You know what I'm saying?
Who wins in a turf war? Your
Dunk-
opinion?
Oh, Dunkin'. Man.
Dunkin'.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
bro.
what I know.
They'll choke hold that bitch out. You know.
Now, what if
stuff.
Krispy Kreme enters the fray?
Crispy's up there too, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But Dunkin's running shit
running
out there,
shit.
man.
Okay.
They're heavy out there.
It's
in the,
literally
the East Coast
America
streets.
runs on Dunkin'.
That's there you go.
I'd also
Well, they
like
also
to
call the
point out-
Cowboys the fucking America's team, but I didn't vote, so you
Yeah.
know.
I
anyways.
like to incorporate Dunkin' Donuts as being the Waffle House of donut places. 'cause
That's fair.
I can see that.
there-
Yeah.
I've seen more fights in Dunkin' Donuts
Oh
than
yeah.
any of the other
Dunkin's
donut
wild,
places.
man.
Yeah.
Dunkin's wild. I'm telling you.
I remember getting those munchkins whenever I was a kid.
Stay
Oh, yeah,
wild,
yeah.
Duncan. Stay wild.
You
Fuck
know
yeah,
it.
dude.
Baba Booey.
Stay wild.
Exactly.
Get that Waffle House rep, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So-
But definitely fuck with that though. Dunkin'
Okay.
is up there.
So I'm pretty sure, like when you come down here, like certain foods, probably like barbecue and tacos and stuff like that, might have been a little bit better. But like you guys probably had the authentic like Italian food.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff
My
like that, right?
my aunt actually, she's from Sicily. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit,
And
okay.
she would make fucking fire ass pasta. You know what I'm saying?
That's
guys,
awesome.
guys, I got the episode title. Nick Bonds takes us around the world because he's explaining it all for us right here, right now.
That's the airplane just
fighting
went around the world,
Yeah,
boy.
around the world.
Yes, sir.
True.
I still say that the best food I've ever had was in New York.
Oh yeah, Spencer went to New York.
a couple
Oh,
times
nice.
for
Yeah,
work.
I'm telling you, man. Like, also, like, you know what I'm saying? That's one of the reasons why the pizza is so much, you know, better too. People always ask, you know what I'm saying? The
Right.
secret, my friends, is the fucking water.
The water,
The fucking water.
all the bodies that the mob threw out there in the 80s and the 70s and shit. Just
all the Italian guts. You know what I'm saying? Have been spilled.
It's that perfect season.
Exactly.
They must have amnesia. They
Yes.
forgot that I'm him.
Exactly.
That's the mob out there telling you,
You know
just
it.
you forgot who it is. Yeah.
Nah, but the water is it's way better. You know what I'm saying? And it's
Really?
it tastes totally different. You know,
That's
what
the
I'm
one that
saying?
really shocks me because I've heard other people say that. And I'm like, man, have you seen the Hudson and shit?
Yeah,
Like, you gonna tell
man.
me that water's cleaner
Yeah,
and nicer? And
Yeah,
stuff? Like,
now, believe it or not, man, people are wild over there in New York right now too. Like, there's people actually jet skiing on my bad in front of the.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, sorry, disgusting.
Lord.
Sorry.
You can answer it.
Oh, sorry. Let me do something on that magic thing right there. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, my friends. I'm sorry.
Killing time.
I'm on
But
12
yeah, so,
Vicodins smoking on Scooby-Doo dick.
Exactly.
And then lead into the Duke Nukem one.
Nothing you can do to
sorry, my
unfuck the
friend.
Thanksgiving turkey.
Okay.
There it is. All right, now you go on. with your
All
story.
righty, my bad.
And we're back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember you saying, so you said you got an aunt from Sicily and just the food and
Yeah,
everything.
so and from Sicily, you know what I'm saying? Makes, of course, you know what I'm saying, the best pasta, you know what I mean? Been passed down from, Sicilians' finest, of course, from generations. You got it. Synchronization. But yeah, so she always made really good pasta, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, every community out there, whatever food it is, like you actually have them and like the
Actually making
grandfathers and the grandmothers from that, actual place coming down. So like there's plenty of, if you want real Italian food, you can literally, you're getting it from real Italians that just came over from Italy, you know what I'm saying?
That's the one thing that I always laugh and joke about when it comes to Texas. You go to any restaurant, it's like authentic Italian, and you look behind there, there's like 7 Mexicans making your food.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like,
bro,
oh, there
bro.
he is.
I went to-
It's not bad. It's good. you
Oh, it's
know?
cool. You know
I'm sure
what
they
saying?
follow the authentic Italian
Yeah,
recipe
of course,
card,
of course.
but it's
Yes.
like,
Well, like Japanese fusion's gonna be like 7 Mexican dudes.
oh yeah, it's gonna be
definitely.
like Jose, Julio, and the cousins or whatever. You can't be like, oh, authentic Japanese fusion. It's like, hold on, let me check real quick.
I mean, I remember going to, Benihana's over here, and
Right.
yeah, like Juan is over there going crazy, and like, yeah, he's doing
Shout
it.
out
you
Juan
know.
for going crazy at
Juan.
Benihana's.
Yeah.
Juan, you the boy. You get my teriyaki.
Cherry, you popped his teriyaki.
Oh my god!
Ay, ay, ay.
Nah, but
Yeah.
they had the teriyaki popping definitely. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's just things like that. You know what I mean? Like the food is so fire, man. Like I said, the water is a big thing. The pizza obviously is heat. You know what I mean? Again, because of the pizza dough being made with that water. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Tastes totally different.
So that's what you're going with as your theory on that. The water and the pizza does gotta
A1.
be
Yeah.
it.
Also, we are
I've heard
big
this
on the
before, too.
thin crust. You know what
Oh,
I'm
okay.
saying? We're crisping it up. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no flop on my joint. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no
Pizza
flies.
strong, you know
Nice
what
and
I'm
strong.
Show,
Nice
show
and
the camera,
strong.
please.
Need my pizza strong. You know what I mean?
Show them how strong you want again one more time, please. That's how strong this
Arriba.
pizza.
No, I'm also that guy. I like the crispy crust.
Yeah.
Man, that's the best way. You
Yeah.
get that crunch with the pepperoni
so
and
nice,
mushroom,
man.
bro.
So nice. Love
Oh.
pepperoni and mushroom. Can never
It's a
go
classic,
wrong, man.
especially
Classic.
with that New York style, the thin
Telling
crust
you,
and everything.
Not too much sauce. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Give your boy heartburn. Shout out to Tums. You know what I'm saying?
You know it, man.
Keep him on the block.
Alka-Seltzer sponsor us now.
You know it. You know it.
No, that's one of the things that like I don't know, like it feels like the way you're saying like the food, like it's got to be better just because it's like authentic. Like
Yeah.
grandma made it back in the home country, now is over here trying to make a
Literally.
living. You got to really push it to try hard and
Yeah.
like because I know like I watch a lot of like those like kitchen nightmares and shit like that. You
Yeah.
know, I love
Oh yeah. I
those
love
shows.
those shows.
And then, but the thing that always amazes me is this: like grandma and grandpa came over here, busted their ass, made a really badass restaurant that was well known, and then it's like the third or fourth Americanized generation just fucks it up. They just
Oh,
don't know
yeah.
how to work for it,
Or they just sell that
they just
shit.
don't
you
know how
what
to
I'm
do it.
saying?
Yeah,
they cash out on their grandpa's dreams. They're
and you just see poor grandpa in the corner, just
he don't got nothing. That was because that's their life.
That
You
was
know
his
what I'm
whole
saying?
thing,
Like
yeah.
their whole life is just based on doing that. That's all they know for how many ever years they've been doing it. And they genuinely love. A lot of those people love doing that shit. You know what I'm
Oh, yeah.
saying? Again, like
you
I
have
was-
to, bro. I don't care who
Yeah.
the fuck you are. If you're doing a restaurant, and you're getting up
Bro.
at 4 a.m.
That's what I'm
and
saying, bro.
whatever. Like,
Imagine
oh my
those people
God.
that have those bakery, like the bagel bakeries. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They waking up at 2-3 in the morning just to get
Every
the
day.
fresh bagels for you. You know what I'm saying? To come through. And that was one of the things I was talking about earlier. Just having like things like that, like the fresh bagels, like
Right.
like the bodegas and stuff like that. It's just the food is crazy. You know what I'm saying?
right.
The only thing I could kind of compare it to is like the Vietnamese stuff over here. There's a big Vietnamese, culture over here.
The
man.
Vietnamese food
And
is
yeah,
very
and
genuine.
their food is fire. You know what I mean? It ain't nothing
Yep.
going to like a real good pho spot. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they got that heat, and you see auntie in the back. You know what I'm saying?
But then you
know
see it's
exactly
like
who
the
it is.
nephews and nieces that are working the front, and they're learning in the back. Like it's actually generational, like what you're
Yeah.
talking about, where they're teaching it and passing.
Their
it on.
children are.
Yeah.
It's also the daycare. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's like,
no,
that's
yeah,
how
yeah.
you know. It's like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
it's just like the nail spots. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but-
You'll see like 4 generations in the fucking nail spot. You know what I'm
So
saying?
the kid's got an oil burn before he could walk.
You
Like
know,
he already
you
knows
know-
what it is.
Yeah, like
yeah.
you'll have a 3-year-old, and then that little nigga's getting that whole manicure already. You know what I'm saying? And like,
He's
goddamn,
like-
he's getting doing his nails already, man. Like,
oh, they're working it. Yeah.
yeah, he has a gold bracelet, and that's it. That's them right there. They keep the gold bracelets and the nails.
So I do have a few like just other kind of just New York questions, and we'll kind of keep
Course,
going
of
into
course.
some things. But like
Yes,
the Mets and Yankees rivalry, why is that so fucking heated? Like what's
don't you ever?
I'm just asking a question, sir.
Don't you ever come up with those?
I know you're a
that
giant
dirty
Mets
name.
fan. I know you're a ginormous Mets
Don't you
fan.
ever
I
say
know-
that name out
I
here?
my
know you're a
goodness, he's wearing a
ginormous-
hat, sir.
Oh, isn't that the New York Mets?
Anger rising.
anger.
level rising.
Man, he's getting hot over here.
Oh, he's radiating.
You know everything about you.
That
But
wasn't the
what
one.
is that like? Hey, because I've always heard it's
Yeah.
like the Yankees was like the empire, like the rich man's team, and the Mets was like the poor, down and out, like the losers squad type shit. Like, is that kind of how they look at it, or
No, it depends on how you look at it. You know what I'm saying? I'll say no to me because coming up, Queens was known for having a little bit more money.
okay
It was one of the more nicer boroughs. Like you would want to move out of the Bronx and like
to get to Queens?
yeah and shit like that to get to Queens.
And that's where the Yankees are at, right? The Queens, or where's the Yankees at?
Excuse me, sir.
I fucking
Oh, they're
love
the
that.
Bronx Bombers.
we are
Yeah.
the Bronx
Bad, bad.
motherfucking Bombers, young
Hey,
man.
man, sir.
You watch your
Well,
dirty
didn't they
mouth.
move? Didn't they move?
Yeah, we're not there anymore. We're
All
not
right,
in the
then, so
Bronx
shut
yet.
up.
It got
I know,
two
man,
gangs
you
out
shut-
there. It got
you
two
shut-
gangs
you
out
shut
there.
up. You
man.
shut
No.
up.
They're shooting, man.
Mom, Dad.
I'm keeping my clothes on, man.
Nah, man. You just wait. I'll get him out of there.
No, please,
I'll
please.
do it. I'll do it.
But yeah, so that's how I always looked at it. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? Queens, and like I said, most of the people from
So
Queens.
where is the new stadium at then? If it's not in the Bronx still?
So they still, it's pretty much still close to the Bronx. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
honestly,
okay. So it's still Bronx Bombers. Or
yeah,
whatever.
it's Oils. Oils will be, the Bronx Bombers, of course. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But it's not too far, honestly. But pretty much like I said, Queens people or the Yankees. You know what I'm saying? It's like New York's team. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like. And it represents New York, you know what I'm saying? Like just the Yankees logo, you know what I mean? And
Evil
the
Empire.
name, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we're known around the world as the Yankees, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's almost like the Knicks in Brooklyn, you know what I mean? Nets, you know what I'm saying? It's like the Knicks are the real New York team, you know what I'm saying? But
The Nets are always going to be New Jersey's team,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and Queens is still, like I said, cool in it, and it's cool to have, in the outside of New York, you know what I'm saying, and outside of, you know what I mean, United States, of course, there's always going to be a New York team over everything else, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But
That was actually
yeah.
going to be my next question. Like, if the Mets go to the World Series, you still rooting for them, or
Yeah.
is it like
Actually, we'll take the Dodgers over them. You know what I'm saying?
Brooklyn Dodgers?
That's because
Yeah,
the Brooklyn
yeah,
Dodgers,
yeah, Brooklyn
definitely,
Dodgers.
and that's old school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So.
Some facts for you. Some,
Yes,
some
sir.
trivial.
Awesome.
Yeah, so shout out to the Brooklyn Dodgers always, you know what I'm saying? So that's why when people be like, "What? Why are you from LA?" I'm like,
Not L.A.
yeah,
the Dodgers.
it's the Dodgers, my
Yeah,
boy. It's the
yeah,
Dodgers.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then all the history with the Dodgers, obviously, with Jack.
Because they were over there for a
Robinson and
long
everything.
time and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
And
yeah,
so, but then, like I said, the Yankees are just number one, and the Yankee, like, it's so synonymous with New York, just the state. You know what I'm
Yankees,
saying?
yeah.
Like when you see that logo, that logo is worldwide known. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure it's
It's
like
probably one of the top five brands ever,
Yeah,
probably,
exactly.
you know what I
Like,
mean? Like-
everybody knows Nike. Everybody knows Adidas.
Bro,
everybody
the Star.
knows the Star for the Dallas
Yep.
Cowboys.
It's
Those
no
are one of
joke
the
a really
most-
good logo
I-
too. Like it just kind of, I don't know how to describe it. Can you show your hat real quick, Nick?
Yeah.
It is a fucking awesome logo.
Like that just looks
It's
badass.
just perfect. You know
It's
what I'm saying?
smooth,
It's
bro.
simple.
But it's like
You know
to the
exactly
point.
what it is. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's legible from long, far range.
It would look good as a wax seal.
There's no confusing
Honestly.
what it is.
Yeah, you know exactly what it is. And like I said, it's worldwide. You know
But
what I mean?
wasn't the Mets one? Wasn't like an N and then YY, like then kind of like trying
Yeah.
to copy that style a little
So
bit.
yeah, they had that, and then they had like the mitten. You know what I'm
No, see,
saying?
that's
I
okay.
remember the
Yeah.
Mets in there. You know what I'm saying? So
With
they
the
had that
cursive.
one. Yeah, with
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
cursive
that's the
in
one I
there.
remember.
I feel like if
Um,
you're gonna in the same state or whatever, like you got to differentiate your
Yeah.
logo, 'cause
Now
otherwise
they
it's like-
kind of have one that has like the NY
Okay.
in it. You know what I mean? It's just done in a little different way. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And that's always blue and orange. And it's tricky too because obviously the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? They're also
Right.
blue and orange. So it's kind of like, man, sometimes I feel like they kind of ride the Knicks wave. People will rock it because it's the blue and
Right,
orange
right,
too. You
right,
know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
So
Those are some cool colors.
yeah, but they're great colors too, and they match great.
That's why I like Boise State.
Boise.
Yep,
well,
Boise,
except for they
yeah.
got that blue ass field that fucks with everybody's head.
That shit, yeah, that
turf.
shit is crazy.
Ye old Smurf turf, baby.
That shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So,
So,
yeah.
last question on New York, and then we'll kind of get into some of the other stuff moving
Yeah,
into
yeah.
Texas. But whenever your first pair of Timbs, are you born with them, or do you got to commit a New York crime first? Like, how does that work out?
Definitely born with them.
Okay.
It's a birthright.
Yeah,
Okay.
first they're when you first come out of your mother's womb, they're just made out of fur. So
Gotcha.
you know what I'm saying. I actually didn't
Fur
have
Timbs.
any hair. They were my Timbs.
Nice.
You know
okay.
what I'm saying?
Damn,
I got
So,
you. All right.
yeah.
Not only
They
the
were like
water
Ugg
is better,
Timbs. You know what I'm saying?
but the baby care is better. Like
Definitely.
the infant
Yeah.
care and
You
how
already
they
know.
bring everybody in is better.
And some type of gold as well.
It was Tim's in a chain waiting on you as you came out.
Generally speaking, a gold bracelet, and you know that.
Jesus. We're true players, guys. Already.
I'm a
But
player
yeah, so
too.
definitely.
I'm
But
a
yeah,
player
Tim's.
too.
You know, of course.
Respect.
But yeah, the Tim's definitely synonymous again with New York. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
Which I feel like again, Timberlands is one of those logos that, due to being tied up with like the Yankee, like
Yeah.
the Yankee hat and Tim's are a like
It goes
New
together.
York.
New York staple. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what that is. You know whenever you see that. You know what I'm saying?
So you're telling me when you're fucking a New York chick, keep the Timbs on, ladies and gentlemen, is what he's trying to
Definitely.
say.
Only if they're, and then lace them correctly, please don't. And you also got to get the correct Timbs. You know, see a lot of people try to ride the Tim waves and they don't know that you're supposed to get the right constructions. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You can't get too wild with the colors for one. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like those are ones that just need to stay like, I don't want to say basic, but keep them like the classics.
Keep
the brown
keep the
and
weed
all
joints.
that.
You know what I'm saying? And then don't be getting the crazy double bubble joints or the double
Yeah.
gums. You know what I'm saying? Get the regular butters. You know what I'm saying? Have them laced correctly. Don't disrespect them, please, sir.
That's the main thing. Do not disrespect
Yes.
the laces.
And
Damn, son.
also, to contrary belief, you can wear them with shorts in the summer.
Oh, there you go. I mean, I
course.
would. I wear shorts for everything. I don't give a
Yes,
fuck.
yes. Do not wear. Do not be afraid to wear your constructions
There you
right
go.
in the summertime, my
Hey,
boys.
and that's all programming right there. That's like from the womb. That's knowledge. Like
Knowledge,
from
yes.
the womb.
Yeah.
From the womb to the tomb,
Exactly.
Timberland stay on.
Exactly.
exactly. You know it.
I love that.
No.
That's fucking awesome.
Exactly.
James,
Great
can you
quote,
say that
my
again
boy.
for me, please?
Mhm.
What'd you say?
Say it again, please.
From the womb to the tomb, the Timberland stay on.
Mhm.
There it is. There it is.
James Weaver, American podcaster, 2025.
American podcasting legend.
You
2025.
know it. Young podfathers.
You got any questions that you want to ask him about New York before we move on to some other shit? Because I do want to talk about when we were working at the gym. We just had some crazy shit. we
Crazy,
talked
crazies.
I know.
Anything?
I really enjoy, like, I've never been to New York or any of the boroughs or
Yeah.
anything like that, but I always equate them to how the barrios are in, like, oh man, I got a name drop, I guess, in the Cliff of Oaks.
Oh, there you go.
Cliff of Oaks. Yes.
Cliff of
Yeah,
Oaks.
so like a lot of those, like,
Isn't that north, south, east, west from here?
Exactly.
All right.
Yes. Yes.
Like 400 miles.
And then 300 back, and then 200
Exactly.
the other way.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Love that song. It's a
either
great song.
5
was about
miles
to say,
away
yeah, that's
or
my jam.
1,000.
Yeah.
Making my way downtown.
But would you equate it to like that, where it's like you have the little michoacanas every now and then, you've got the elote spots, you've got the paleterias, you got all that
Yeah,
stuff going
and
on.
one like every borough I would say would have like multiple spots. You know what I'm
like
saying?
a Jamaican spot,
Yeah, yeah.
Puerto Rican spot.
Mhm. And more so depending on where you're going to be at, more prominent places than other. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously there's Jamaica Queens for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Jamaicans are
'Cause the
pretty much
Italians.
everywhere. Exactly. See, this guy gets it.
I understand.
He's advanced.
I'm just saying, I would be blending
Hey.
those fucking things. I'd get a jerk chicken empanada.
Oh yeah, I
Fucking
mean
make
that's
that
that's what you
happen.
can start doing now. I don't know if you ever see some of the guys online. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
there's got they're doing all the chopped cheeses and shit
Oh,
like that.
chopped
You know what I'm
cheese,
saying?
bro.
So definitely a New York staple. You know what I'm saying? Right along with pizza and street hot doggy.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
got
gotta
you.
get that hot dog.
All
Gotta
the
get that.
parasites included, of course.
Definitely,
of course.
definitely.
That fucking street glizzy.
So then, real
Glizzy
quick,
goblins
have you
up
tried
there.
Have you tried Jamaican food then?
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Jamaican
okay.
food.
So is it really that spicy? That's one thing.
Jamaican food can be really, really spicy.
can be?
Definitely, yeah.
Okay.
And they use a lot of different spices and seasonings just in
Peppers and
general.
shit.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Allspice is the way.
Yeah, and a lot of their stuff like simmers and it's marinating and whatnot. You know what I mean? So
Right.
that just makes it stronger. Of
Unless
course.
you get to the jerk chicken, which it's like a dry rub.
They got the jerk
roast
chicken,
thing.
yeah. You got the oxtail, you got the
fucking
curry,
oxtail,
you
dude.
got the curry goat. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
They big on like rice and peas. You know what I'm saying? So rice and peas are a big thing. But a lot of Jamaican food is close to Puerto Rican food too. Of course, shout out all my Puerto Ricans out there. You know
By
what
the
I'm
way,
saying?
it's a Puerto Rican dude, so don't come at us when he's using words
Right, man.
Or do.
or whatever. We don't
Whatever
care.
you want, man. You let me know.
Whatever.
But yeah, so definitely
Come
with
find
the,
us.
with the Puerto Rican food, it's Caribbean at the end of the day. It's not necessarily so Spaniard, quote unquote.
All right, one
so-
dish to represent your people. What are you going to tell people to like? If you go to a Puerto Rican spot, what you trying to get them to order to really, like
that's a
the
tough
Puerto
one, man.
Rican? Like, I know your mom gave us some food when we were rooming together.
Yeah.
She'd be like, "You're like, try this shit," and it'd be some
Yeah.
good stuff. It'd be always something different. But
Arroz con pollo is good. Habichuela. So habichuela for Puerto Rican people are beans. That's how we say beans. We don't say frijol. Let's say habichuela. So like just rice and beans and chicken. You know what I'm saying? Totones.
simple.
Totones is a big thing, which is plantains. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
So fire. You make like a little garlic kind of sauce to go with it. You can make it sweet, or you can make it, a little bit more like chippy. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
My
Sweet,
favorite is the
savory.
fried. Yeah,
I
the
love
fried plantains.
Yeah, that's my
Oh,
favorite.
bro.
Man, we've been starting to make burgers out of the plantains. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
It's fucking heat, son.
Okay.
Hold
Heat.
the fuck up. Hold
Heat.
on.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I'm telling you, you
Alright.
make the nice fresh burger. Your buns are your plantains. You know what I'm
Sir,
saying?
my buns stay where they're at.
No, you want these buns mashed
Alright.
and fried, my boy.
Let's
Nothing like a
go.
Puerto Rican bun, huh?
You know it. But yeah, so it's just so many good. They have it's just it's pastelillos, which are like our version of empanadas. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? They're really good. Usually like stuff with chicken and cheese or like beef and cheese. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So
This is a culture
Super,
shock
super
for me.
good.
I'm not used to like the fucking. What'd you call beans again, bro?
habichuela,
Habichuela.
yeah.
God damn.
Bro, it's
Okay.
like, and so this is what's funny.
This
is
is
like,
weird.
like, yeah.
Habichuelas, yep. Nobody will ever know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
They were like, "What the
no.
hell are you talking about?"
There was a lot of like, so when I met his mom, so this is the funny part. So we're working at the gym together. Like I said, me and him just, I can't remember exactly what we clicked up on. I think it's because we were both doing like roids and supplements at the time or whatever the fuck. We were both jacked and monsters, and we were always competing on how much you bench, how do you do? Yeah, exactly. And so we were all about that life. So we just ended up clicking up, basically two big meatheads. Bro, let's go lift some weights, yeah, But then we also realized we also got a lot of the same nerd shit, and basically we were cool enough. We ended up being roommates, living together, whatever. So I ended up meeting his mom because his mom goes out there and works out, and his mom is the sweetest little lady you'll ever meet. I love your mom so much, man.
Till you piss her off, I bet.
Oh my God. So
She
this
has
is
the greatest facade.
so here's the that's what's crazy.
Chicky
He
lady.
used to tell me all this shit about how crazy she'd be growing up. I was like, "You're sweet, mom." He's like, "You don't even know, man. That Puerto Rican
know,
mama
man.
come out."
Yep.
So this is how he introduces me, though, Blade. So he goes, "Hey, you remember this shit, you son of a bitch?" Yeah.
No, I never even thought about it until literally right now.
Bro, I never forgot this story. So he goes, so I'm sitting there and I can't remember exactly how it started, but I'm sitting there and he goes, "Hey mom, this is that big white guy I was telling you about, James." And I was like, "Hey, how you doing?" Blah blah, And he's like, "Yeah, mom, he calls me the N-word all the time." She starts slapping the shit out of me. I mean, I was like, "What the fuck?" Like she's sitting there
yeah.
just, and like the thing is, she's like 5'0" nothing, 4'11". She little,
4'11", man.
but she's so fired up, got that Puerto Rican spirit all
Know
the
it,
way.
I was
Yeah.
about to say that's that Latina fire, bro.
Bro,
Exactly.
so it was the funniest thing. So like I'm over here, I'm 6'1" or whatever. I'm like, this little just lady just beat the shit out of me with this paper.
Small Puerto Rican gnat on you.
He's over here just laughing his ass off, and
Oh,
I was
yes.
like, and he's like, "Oh, I'm just playing, mom. I'm just playing." Like she was legit pissed off, and I was like,
So is it the same? Is the chancla the most deadly weapon in the house?
Definitely. Yes.
Okay, that's the
know.
same at
Boomerang,
least. That's the
boomerang
same.
chocolate does go back to them.
Oh shit, they got heat-seeking
damn.
technology.
Definitely.
Puerto Ricans are
My
advanced
mom-
on
They're
the chocolate.
advanced. They're more
damn.
advanced than us Mexicans.
Luckily, my mom, she wasn't the enforcer. My dad, oh man, he was a belt man. You know what I'm saying? So we get that leather belt in the ass cheeks. You know what I'm saying?
Did he ever do like
Where's
the
your- where's your-
pre-pop while he's walking
Oh
down
hell
the
yeah,
hallway?
man!
That's
That's
the
why I learned how
Intimidator.
to do it, man.
Hell
So
yeah.
what?
I have a theory that the pre-pop made it hurt worse than it did. Because if you ever just got like whooped with the belt, it's like, boom, okay, that sucks, but not so much. But the
Yeah.
pre-pop, and you hear it, you're like, oh, damn.
It's psychological, bro.
It's like
Yeah,
loading a
it's-
shotgun, just, oh, goddamn. It's
Yeah,
coming
man,
with the
I'm telling you,
pre-pop
man.
belt.
That's
you know?
literally what it is when you come around the corner. You know what I'm saying? You hear that shotgun.
Pop, pop. You're like, oh,
you already know
damn.
what time it is. You're just like,
You know you
oh,
got to walk
man.
out that door at some point, but the moment you do, it's not good for you.
You
Yeah.
stop and
Definitely,
you
man.
shit yourself. That's what you do. Those are the two options.
For a little extra
Yeah.
padding?
You know it. Oh yeah. That's I used to try it all the time. You know what I'm saying? We get it. We'd be at church a lot. We used to
So
go
the
to
Puerto
church a lot.
Ricans and the Irish have the same self-defense when it comes to the paddle. God, and you
Exactly,
shit
man.
yourself and just avoid it at all costs.
That's the only way. Like maybe if I use biological warfare,
Then it just makes it worse. Oh,
Yeah.
you shit yourself.
I was like, yeah, maybe they'll paddle the shit and they'll splash everywhere. And they're
you
like,
hit
all
me
right,
so
maybe not.
hard, I
Yeah.
shit myself.
Don't you think that's enough, Mom,
Yeah,
Dad?
and there's no like it is in these days where kids will be like, I'll call the 911
my
on you.
God,
Like
yeah.
if you would have called the cops
404.
back in, and they'd be like, you're doing great parenting. You know what I'm
Good job.
saying?
Beat him
Yeah.
twice.
Which is how it should be, of course. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? That's
yeah.
a whole other story, but
Maybe not beat him
Yeah.
as bad as we used to get beat, but I feel
Yeah,
like a little
exactly.
bit of just, you got to have how do I say this without sounding like a complete psycho?
You need adversity.
There's got to be a little bit of just, you got to understand there's consequences to bad actions, and not everything can be a, now that's not right.
hey,
Like,
look, even the Bible said, "Don't spare the rod."
Bitch,
you know
where
what I'm
you
saying? So yeah, perfect time with
perfect
that.
time. Bitch, where you at? Exactly.
But yeah, so that's how it is, man. You know what I mean? But,
Consequences
who's
and
the-
adversity. That's what the world needs,
You know.
right?
Who would you say is like the hero to the Puerto Rican people? Like, is there like a figurehead that you could say is like the Puerto Rican of Puerto Ricans?
Manny Sosa.
Manny
I don't know,
Ramirez.
man.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
I was just curious if there's somebody that's like, oh yes, we follow Messi, like Argentinians. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
no.
Like,
I mean, there's plenty of famous Puerto Ricans, but I mean,
a lot
and
of boxers.
yeah, there's tons of boxers. You know
Kodo's
what I'm saying?
Puerto Rican, right?
Kodo's, yeah,
Yeah,
Kodo's
Kodo.
Puerto Rican. I mean, I don't know. That's a tough one. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on if you would want to go like a rapper or something like that, or
There's a lot of
actress or
guys.
actor. You know
I'll
what I
say
mean?
Bad Bunny now. He's
yeah,
Puerto Rican.
He,
yeah, he's-
he might be the guy. You know, and he's probably the most famous Puerto Rican as far as international.
yeah,
Because he's like
yeah, worldwide.
out of there. You know what I mean?
That's
so,
their pit bull.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was about to say,
and,
That's
and
their
10
pitbull.
times to him now. You
That's
know what I'm
what's
saying?
crazy,
So
he's the new Mr. Worldwide.
And then
Yeah.
what's crazy too is you look at Bad Bunny, and no disrespect, but it's just like a skinny, like if you saw that dude walking through the high school halls, you're like, man, that's a skinny, goofy looking motherfucker.
he looks like he got picked on in school.
But
you know
then
what
he's-
I'm saying?
I mean,
have no
bro.
idea, but I mean,
But
he-
like off the rip, you just be like, man, look at this goofy ass. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
hey, all respect to you, man.
Yeah.
Worldwide, everything you did. I mean,
Dale.
we're sitting here in this fucking, we're sitting here in the living room trying to do something, and you made it. So hey,
yeah,
what can we
exactly,
say? You know what I
exactly.
mean? So-
Yeah, I cannot only
Oh,
say
you
anything
always
but
give
good with him.
respect, man.
Always.
Yeah,
you
it's
have
definitely
to.
respect.
You
yeah,
have to. Always.
definitely.
I always I like looking at the people that made it big like that, and you're just kind of like, damn, man, like I
Unless
wonder
you're a
what they went
bastard.
through. Well, then,
or
you
a
know.
cunt, I should say.
Yeah,
Unless
yeah,
you're acting like a
happens.
cunt.
Exactly.
Then
Now
you get what
speaking
you
of
get.
cunts, like when we were working at the gym, man, God, we had so much fun just talking shit on some
Oh
people
man,
and stuff
yeah,
that come
man.
in.
It was crazy.
And like it wouldn't even be the reason like yeah, me and him at that time, you know, I know you can't tell now the dad bod set in, but at one point in time your boy was real in shape and big and all that shit. And like so it wasn't even like we'd be douchebags about people not being in shape. It'd be like the excuses we would hear like
Oh, it'd just be so hilarious. You know
like
what
I
I'm
remember
saying?
for one like here's one off the top of my head I can remember. I had this lady. She was like, they're gonna take my leg in a month if I don't lose 100 and something pounds, or it's like crazy. She's like, I got to start now. It's like, okay.
Whoa.
So like you go and you take them through a tour, you show them some exercises, this now you get them all hyped up, and then it's like, okay, it's literally I don't even want to say how much a month because it really kind of narrow. Well, not even a lot of them do it now, but it's like it's like less than a cup of coffee a month. Like
Yeah.
just sign up for this shit. Like come on now, and they just be like, I gotta think about it. I'm like, you're about to lose your fucking leg. And then that's like the thing is like you won't want to be a dick about it, but you're like, man, like you just told me you're gonna lose your leg in a month. What do you gotta think about? Like,
Yeah, it's
you
like
know, it'd
come
be
on
stuff
now.
like that, you know, and like, God, that was one that was crazy. Like I remember I had that one. I remember
I just had like so many people, not even with the with necessarily like making the excuses, and there's always crazy excuses all the time.
Oh,
But just like the pure fact, like they would just lie so hard. I'm like,
Oh,
it ain't
yeah.
even that serious, man. Just
Tell me no.
Say no. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like I get it. You know, now obviously, you know, some OG sales tactics out there. They wanted to beat the dog shit out of you. You know what
No,
I'm saying?
God.
They wanted us to mentally destroy you. You
I'm
know what
about
I'm
to say,
saying?
that's-
Well,
that's-
honestly, you look like a piece of shit. So
That's
I
really pretty
think-
much what it
I
was.
think you need to do
Like,
this.
literally,
now.
You say that as a joke, but that same manager that gave me that nickname, I don't lie. Like he made a dude that had been 2 days in the fucking country cry. This is a grown man,
broke
Blade.
him down,
And
wow.
we were sitting there like, I felt bad. I was like, bro, just give him his keys and let him go fucking home.
Yeah,
man.
man,
Like,
it's not that serious.
I mean, dude, he literally was like, let me see your keys. Now you're just gonna run home. You say all you can do is run it. I'm like, dude, bro, what the fuck? This is like a hostage situation. You can't be doing that shit.
It was
Like,
crazy.
yeah, it
Now I
was-
will say there's plenty
wild.
of things that, bro.
we saw a lot.
I would try to explain it to people, man, and I'm like, bro, like the things that they would have us doing was so weird, like retrospectively
They
looking at it.
swore we were Wolf on Wall Street, like
Yeah, that's
legit that
literally-
level of tactics,
Bro,
bro.
that's literally before Wolf on
Yes.
Wall Street even came out. That was the type of shit they were on. Like,
Sell me this pin.
Yeah,
this-
no, dude,
no,
for
no,
real, yes.
bro, that's what he.
Are
it
you
it would
fucking-
literally.
Yes.
Let me tell you, it would literally be all of the
Sales reps. or
sales
whatever,
reps
yeah.
for that particular gym in the area. So it'd be like 3 to 4 clubs, maybe. You know what I'm saying? We'd meet. They'd rent out a hotel room, just
Yeah.
like some Wolf on Wall Street
Yep.
shit.
At
Just
a
like
Marriott
some,
or
at
some
a
shit.
Marriott.
Yeah.
We'd get maybe a donut or some bagel. You know what I'm
They
saying?
try to be expensive but be cheap as fuck.
Yeah, they literally were like, "Hey, like whatever the cheapest package y'all got, like
Everybody
just do
gets
that."
one donut.
That's
Oh,
literally
it's
what it
Krispy
was.
Kreme.
No, for real.
That's literally you got a bagel maybe, but
And
a
that's if
little
you got there
butter.
early.
Yeah, like everybody had X amount of bagels, so if you didn't get there, you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
It's
you
over.
didn't get one.
Fuck you and your bagel.
Yeah, early, and then like they were big on like wearing the exact attire, you know what I'm saying,
Shirt
correctly,
tucked in,
shirt
all
tucked
that
in,
shit,
wearing a
bro.
belt and everything, make you feel stupid if you didn't wear the right shoes or something like
Bro,
that.
this is how legit they try to take their shit. Like we had these little sales book that we had to keep up with our numbers or whatever. If you didn't bring your sales book, you were immediately fired. And I'm not saying like go back to your
Yeah,
club. Like
no, I
we had
didn't.
a guy that was real cool, was like one of our top sales guys in our club. He forgot his fucking book, fired. And they made his ass drive all the way from one city to another just to fire him. I was like, bro, just tell him you don't have to come
And your
back.
book
Like,
was everything,
That's
you know what I'm
fucking
saying?
rude.
So like
There's a
your
lot of
book
crazy
had
shit.
all your appointments in there, all your leads, whatever.
Yeah, everything.
So generally speaking, you're having your book at your club, you know what I'm saying, at your gym every day. So I mean, it's
'Cause
not.
they would legit tell us like, make sure you have this in the club. Do not take it home. It has to be here. So like, if
Yeah.
you, but then they'd be like, hey, meeting tomorrow. Take your book. And if you're just not thinking, or if you worked a
Yeah.
long day, you just
And we would have the,
Whatever, you know.
we would have the, the meetings every so often, but not like every week or anything. It'd be like
3
once
months
every
or
couple
something.
months. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Yeah. But like I said, back to that, it was literally the owner would come in here, looking like a douchebag. His
shirt
hair's
3 times too small.
shirt, fucking his nipple,
Nipple poke your eyes out.
the braille spots around his nipples.
Now, was he in shape or was
He's-
it like that?
he's
It
on
was-
juice.
He was like that semi in
Okay.
shape where like if he didn't do the steroids, it would definitely fall apart
Yeah,
immediately.
but he's on juice, so his
Yeah.
upper body's looking swole.
But had them toothpick legs,
Yeah.
bro. Shit was
Doing,
crazy.
doing enough coke to be real hyped up, you know what I'm saying?
Just bouncing
and,
off walls.
and not go to
Somebody
sleep.
forgot the magical day of leg day.
Yeah, and,
No, for real.
and that's what they were, you know what I'm saying? They would come in there, coked out, and everybody was like,
Collars
man, how these
pop.
guys got so much energy? I'm like, yeah, it's because
Yeah.
we're pumped up and we're dying. I'm like, no,
We work out every day.
Yeah.
We focus on our diets, and it's like, no, you're on that coke, bro. Like,
Yeah,
it
you're on,
ain't
you're on,
nothing
you're on
else.
coke, man. That's why, you know what I'm saying? And we get it. And
But
it-
real quick, I'm sorry not to cut you
Yeah,
off
yeah,
again.
no, you're good.
But one of the things, like when you were asking about the pin thing, please, por favor. When you were asking about the pin thing, like when me and Nick, we knew that's a good. Thank you. Me and Nick knew the story, so we would try to beat them to it. Like, oh yeah, and they did. You could see it in their face, like. No, that's not what we want. And it's like, man, you lying motherfuckers. You didn't come
Yeah.
up with shit. You were literally trying to do the pin thing, and we just busted you on that
yeah,
shit. Like-
exactly,
Fuck,
man.
we didn't have a plan B.
no, exactly. Like it'd be
exactly.
like, sell me this pen, and it'd be like, hey, write your name. It's like, that's only gonna work sometimes. It's like that was the whole fucking point of this stupid
Yeah,
shit. Like,
exactly.
what are you talking about? And like they would come. Now, what if the guy really didn't want to give you his info? What are you gonna do? It's like, bro, that wasn't the scenario. Like,
Yeah.
you're just trying to twist it to sound more important than what you are. Like,
And they,
bro, you're paying me $11 an hour. This ain't no Fortune
that's-
500 company.
That's what I was gonna
Another
say,
soda.
man.
That was
Please
at the
and
end of
thank
the
you.
day. Like, yeah.
At the end of the day, yeah, they're paying us nothing, and they're like, yeah, we're trying to do all this extra shit, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
And bro, we're working crazy hours.
my
We're
God,
still
yeah.
trying to work out. Everybody there is a working out person, you know what I'm saying? Is
They
active
literally
in the
like
gym, so
they would talk shit if you weren't a working out person. Like, how you work at a gym and you don't work out? How you out of
Yeah.
shape? Da 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 da. Like, it'd be. I mean, we had some crazy old people that just were past their prime. It'd be like, you can't be here. You look old. And it's like, man, come on. now.
Yeah,
Like,
and then the
I
whole
kind of
thing.
get that working at a gun
I can
shop.
get it. I can get it.
Like if you come into the gun shop and you're like, yeah, I got the job. What's a 1911?
yeah.
What? What?
Definitely
Oh,
understand.
Okay.
Definitely
all right.
understand.
But like this
Um,
one particular
that was a
old
little
man I'm
different,
talking
though, I
about,
think.
though. This one particular, we used to call him Mermaid Man.
Jimbo.
Jimbo. I hope he's still out there, Jimbo. He he was like, I mean, that dude was like a Mr. Universe like runner up, and like the dude knew
Yeah.
more about fitness and health than anybody else. And it's like, you look old, and it's like, yeah, because he's had like 18 back fusions and this and that. And
He's fucking old also. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he is old.
He's old, and he's coming off being on the juice his whole life. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
he's not gonna hold up too well, you know. Like, it's,
But he was so knowledgeable, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that was the main thing. And that's why, like, you know, they wanted a big thing too was the supplements, which is another whole
yeah,
totally different thing. Like,
sell that off-brand bullshit.
yeah, you could literally be the best salesman as far as, you know, selling their memberships, but they also wanted you to be, you know, a young GNC.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
One man
A
on
one
supplement,
man
yeah.
supplement army seller.
And we were too. That's what's crazy. We used to sell the shit
bro,
out of it.
our goals were like 2,000 or $2,000, you know, a month just in supplements. You know what I'm saying?
And we're talking about trying to sell.
And we're going
like-
over this every
Yeah,
month. You know
we're-
what
we're
I'm saying?
smashing
Yeah,
that shit.
we're slapping it. You know what I'm saying? That's
And-
part of the reason we were up so high. A lot of times, me and James, both of us won multiple like, you know, salesman of the month. You know what I'm saying, and shit like that, plenty of times.
And then it got to the point you start trying to ask for raises, and all of a sudden it didn't matter how good you were. It was like,
Yeah.
because I remember I went to a meeting one time. I was like, I made y'all 1.2 million this year alone, like just off my residuals.
Mm-hmm.
How you paying me 11 and justifying that shit? And they were
Makes
like, well,
no
we'll talk about it. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, like I see how this shit is. Like,
yeah,
alright,
man.
you know.
And then you know the company, the way they had it set up, man, it made no like structure as far as how they were paying everybody.
Right.
You know, the people that were just salespeople, they were making the 11 and 12, you know, dollars. I would say a month, or excuse me.
Holy shit!
Wow.
You know,
they're really
hour.
starving us out
You know,
there.
that's how it felt. Shit. But yeah, like, you know, $11-12 every hour, and then you know you have the general managers or these guys that are talking to you like, hey, you need to be selling this and that, and they're making millions.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Every
but
year.
working 20
Yeah.
hours a day.
This guy,
It's
like I said, the
crazy
dude that
shit.
would do the, you know, little hype up, you know,
Oh my God.
meetings with us. He's talking
Regional
shit,
dude, yeah.
and he has a Gucci belt on. I mean, in a Prada like bag, and I'm like, bro, your Prada bag is 10 racks. So like,
I can't afford that shit all year,
I was
bitch.
like, that's
Shit,
like
yeah.
half of what you're paying us a year. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, what do you like?
Don't pay attention to that.
Stupid.
Don't
You
look
know
at
what I'm
that.
saying? Yeah,
It's
like
a
yeah.
fanny pack shit.
Bro,
you
your
know?
Gucci
It's-
belt is like, you know, half my year. You know what I'm saying? That Gucci
Yeah.
belt is like a rack. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Bro, and here's what's crazy too. So like the whole being on the coke shit. So like I remember it was the day after my birthday, and I think it was my 21st birthday. So I got fucked up, and it was a Wednesday, and I had just got hired. So they're doing a meeting. They're like, "Now, guys, well, these are things we have expectations, and don't come up in here drunk." And I'm just sitting there hungover, like, oh, you know. And then so I went to lunch. I went and got Subway, sobered up real good or whatever. I was coming back. The same guy we're talking about sitting in his fucking what do you have, like a 350Z or whatever the
yeah, I
fuck,
think so. It's time.
sitting super low. James, it was your birthday, right? Yeah. You need to get up. It's little. It's like, nah, I'm good, man. That ain't. Are you sure? Are you sure? It's like, nah, bro. I'll catch you on the inside. I'm straight, bro. Like I'm all right. You know what I mean? But like, it was like that, dude. Like,
Yeah.
like they didn't even give a fuck. It was in your face. If they liked you, they tried to bring you into that little circle, and like you could tell, like, dude, it was so toxic, man. Like you could tell how they would like get these dudes that were ambitious but in the wrong ways, you know what I mean? And then they would like trap them in this web of there's nothing but this in life. And then you hear these guys talking like, hey, yeah, the whatever way, and you're like,
And not like, you know what I'm
bro,
saying,
like-
you know, I was like the most, you know, advanced or mentally strong person ever, or, you know, anything, but like, I'm glad that me and even James too, obviously, you know what I'm saying, we're mentally strong enough, because I saw a lot of guys that were confident, you know what I'm saying, come in there and they get spanked.
broke.
And you're thinking just because this guy, and retrospectively, you don't know this as a kid, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
but just because somebody got more money, you don't
Don't
they
mean
can
shit.
they can be a fucking idiot, you know what I'm saying? There's plenty of stupid idiots out there that got plenty of money, you know what I'm
I
saying?
would say a lot of times they are, you know.
Yeah, and you know, that was one of the scenarios we are, you know what I'm saying? And I'm looking back at it, I'm like, man, if you weren't mentally strong and you were to let that guy tell you like, oh man, you ain't shit because you're $11 and da da da, you know what I'm saying? And he's talking down to you like that. I'm like, and I seen a lot of dudes that were confident, and you know what I'm saying, they just got shitted on, and they were like, oh man, I guess I ain't shit, you know, like, and it just probably broke them, you know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah,
They
yeah.
broke plenty of people I seen, you know what
Broke
I'm
'em
saying?
down.
And I'm just like, and like,
And they
it
do
just
a lot of-
wasn't worth it, man.
No,
like
no,
and like I heard
It-
what they were saying. I'm like, bro, like you don't mean shit though. I could tell, you know what I'm saying, what time it is with these guys, you
Man,
know.
if
But
all this goes away and it's the apocalypse situation, and that money don't mean a motherfucking
yeah,
thing. Yeah.
exactly. You know what I'm saying. And like half of them dudes, I don't believe most of the time. Like, you know, one of the main owners, he looks like he just came from money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And he would always say like, yeah, man, I remember when he would do his quote unquote motivational, sales meetings.
Bro, even his
he
hard
would-
time sounded
bro,
good.
He would say, no, well, he would try to dress it up, I
Yeah.
think. And I'm pretty sure he was lying, honestly. But he
Yeah.
would always act like, he was like, man, I was just this little kid. I didn't have nothing. I had a $600 card I had to push to work.
I slept in it.
Yeah, I slept in it. Then he was like, these guys gave me a little office and gave me all the old leads that nobody wanted. And they put me underneath a staircase, he would say.
It was always some like super dramatic fucking
Yeah, and-
every story ever mixed into one.
Yeah,
Like,
and
it
I'm like,
was-
come on, man. Like,
with
whatever.
no light, the light would
Yeah.
flicker, and I have to make my calls in between the flickers, and it's like, all right.
And then you
like,
see the house that he grew up in. It's the size of my fucking whole building. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, this
for real.
fucking guy. You didn't come from nothing, bro. What are you talking about?
And then you
know
hear
what
the
I'm
real stories, and he's just out there getting fucked up. In
saying?
strip
Yeah,
clubs
that car
and
that was
giving
breaking
yeah.
down. It was the old Ferrari that daddy had. You know what I'm saying?
It was Dad's old Ferrari.
Dad's
that's
old
broken
Beamer,
down.
man. I got an oil leak.
And then like he literally was like bragging about, yeah, we'd go to bars and stuff and wait for people to get drunk, and they wouldn't even know they signed up. We would say we'd left them in the dumpster with the membership.
Yeah,
We're like, bro,
what is
the
this guy
fuck?
talking about, man? Like,
Yeah, well, like you get away with that back then. You can't do
Yeah.
that shit now. What the
just
fuck
real
you talking
weirdo,
about?
weirdo stuff.
That's
you know what I'm
ruthless.
saying?
That's
Yeah.
some ruthless shit. Right
Oh,
there.
it was a lot of that. Like it was, bro. And then like that's not even. And then like the people that like getting off the business aspect, like just the people you would see that get tried. Like you'd have every now and then you'd like. I would say probably at least 70% you'd have your normal cool guys that come in just want to work out, just want to get fit or have a goal or whatever. But every now and then, bro, you just get some fucking wackos like.
Oh yeah.
We'll exchange some stories here in a second. But I remember another one of the ones I had. This dude's like, yeah, I'm going to prison in 3 months. And I was like, so why do you want to sign up for a membership? Like that's kind of. He's like, well, I want to go in jacked. I don't want to go in being a bitch. I was just like,
You know it, man. Gotta get.
I was like, all right, you know what I
That's a
mean?
great.
Like,
Yeah,
I
gotta
was-
protect that sweet asshole.
Can't argue with you. And I was like, so what are you trying to do? Get big so no one fucks with me. All right, man, do your thing, And then never paid. You know what I mean? He signed up, did everything, put his shit on a card, and then he had like, oh, I'll pay you next week. I'll pay you next week. And just never paid, bro. Just went to jail, never paid. That was
Oh
wild,
man, that's
bro.
hilarious. But yeah, there's plenty of crazy shit. Just wild stuff, man. I remember for some reason, everybody, if the gym closes at 12, everybody
my
got to
God.
be there at 12:05. You know what I'm saying?
11:55 to
Yeah.
get their workouts.
And
in.
I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, like, come on. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm like,
They want to fight you when you're kicking them
yeah,
out.
they mad at you. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, like we're literally closed. You know what I'm saying? You're the last person in here, man. Look around. Oh, it's closed. I'm like, bro, there's no workers here, man.
I've been
The lights
tapping
are
on your
off.
shoulder for like 30 minutes, motherfucker. I got my bag on my
Yo,
chest. Like, let's go.
sir.
Like, yeah.
There's just you and me in here, buddy. What are you talking about?
Because you did most of the closing, so you know
yeah,
that shit a lot.
one of the
yeah.
one of the wildest ones, man. I remember, and I almost felt bad for him for a second, but then I almost broke his hip. This old dude, man. He was probably like 60, 65. Don't you say, oh,
Don't you do it. They're the worst.
worse. I'm
Worst.
telling this dude like, bro, all right, sir, it's pretty late. Like, it's time. He's, oh, okay. It's like we close at midnight. Let's say it's probably like
Skinny guy?
11:55.
Damn, check if it's the
I
one.
don't know if you remember him. So it was a older couple. They signed up. He was an older gentleman. He would come in there with his wife. She was older. She had Alzheimer's.
That was my fault. I signed them up. That was gonna be my next story.
This guy's out of control right here. I don't know what he. This is the type of ruthless salesman we were dealing with.
I was like, yeah, we'll watch your Alzheimer wife. Just leave her up front.
He literally made the lady sign up. So the guy was like, when signing up with James, because I sat behind James, so I know exactly what he was doing out there. He's a dirty old dog.
Hey man,
dirty
I think
dog.
there was that. Listen, bro, you gave me some memberships because it was that competition. We were going to split that 500 prize, so I signed up everybody.
it.
And I had to sign
Definitely
up
might have been it.
everybody.
So James goes over there. This guy is like 70.
He was
75.
77.
Yeah, but he's
I
mad
remember
old.
this shit.
He's mad old. His
Damn.
wife is mad old. I'm glad they're getting in shape. He wasn't in bad shape, honestly, either.
For being 77, he's
Yes.
legit. Yeah,
He was
yeah.
moving, so
6'4", big. He looked
Yeah,
like
he was
back
a
in his
tall
day,
white
he was a
dude,
big
yeah.
motherfucker. Yeah.
And he was mobile and driving, so that's great for 77 in my eyes. He gets there. James signs him up. He's like, what am I going to do with my wife? We can't put her in the daycare center.
He wanted to put her in the kids club.
Sir, she's not going in the kids club. She's not working in the kids club.
Whoa.
He
Yes.
legit tried to bring. He's like, she has Alzheimer's. We're like,
No. So James says,
I just want to get my pump on and leave my wife in the kids section.
oh, well, yeah.
This is the worst part.
And
Hold
that's
on.
even worse because James says, we can't do that, sir. But what I can do for you, the sick dog that I am,
I did say that.
I can let your poor 90-year-old wife with Alzheimer's and dementia sit in the unguarded, unregulated fire hazard entrance that we have, which is connected to a mall that sees a ton of traffic all day. So the guy's like, he actually thinks this is a good idea also.
That's the best part. He's listening to me like, I remember turning around after I made the sale, and Nick's like, what the fuck is wrong with
Like,
you?
what is he doing up there? Clearly, I thought he was going to let him slide and go direct him to like the YMCA or something, you know what I'm saying, where he belonged at, so somebody could watch his ass and his wife. But James signs him up. He comes like 2 days later. He doesn't even know what time it is. He probably thought it was 12 in the morning or afternoon rather, and not 12 midnight. I'm like, sir, we're closing in like 5 minutes. His wife is in the front. She disappears multiple times throughout the day. We finally get a hold of her, and I have all the doors locked now, so she can't go nowhere. I say, please sit down. I believe we had like some type of coloring materials for her in the front. So she's in the front with coloring materials.
And mind you, because he's closing,
I'm closing.
I was working out, so
Yeah.
I'm just over there kind of helping him re-rack and clean up, and looking at him like, this is your problem, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You're still on
So
the
James
clock.
just randomly out there. I don't know if there's anybody else. It might have just been one other person randomly.
One of
But
the
there,
front
oh
desk
yeah,
chicks or
or
something,
like
yeah.
one of the front desk or one of the managers who were just doing like closing with the money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm chasing down everybody. Everybody finally is out of there except for the old lady in the front. She's occupied by crayons, and her husband. Is in the back, and I've already harassed him multiple times to get the hell out of here.
Get outta
so
here.
He's in the locker. I finally get him in the locker room. He's changing the locker room. I got all the shit re-racked in the weights area. Go in the locker room. There's a fucking shower on.
Oh,
I'm like, who the fuck is in the showers? But
you know who it is.
I was optimistic because a lot of times people sometimes leave the showers on or some shit. You know what I'm
They just
saying?
run out of there and
Yeah,
shit, yeah.
and so I'm like, okay, well maybe somebody left the showers on. It's steamy as fuck in there. I see him in there, and I'm like,
in all his glory.
and thankfully they had the frosted windows. So I knock on the door. I'm like, hey, sir, we closing. I told you to get dressed and get you can't take a shower right now. He's like, okay, I'm so sorry. Finally gets out of there. He's getting changed. You know them old niggas don't wear no towels out there. He got his dick all out, and it's just me and him in the whole locker room.
At a certain point, you just stop giving a fuck. man.
And I get it, but I go to the showers.
But when you're 21, you don't want to.
Yeah, exactly.
Speak for yourself, bro. I'm out there, bro. I'm out there.
I feel you.
You were in the military. It's
You know.
different. Terry.
I did it before the
different.
military, man.
That's
I've
true.
told the stories about walking around in the high school shower.
Was
Walk
that
by
Joe?
the door.
Oh, young.
Nice cock.
He was that guy. He'd run in and be like, nice dick, and then just keep moving.
He was popping people's ass with the dials in there.
That was the pinas.
Yeah, them guys.
Oh lordy. So that's not even the worst part. So the worst part is I'm like, yo, like it smells like dog shit in here. Like, what is he
This motherfucker
doing?
was waffle stomping, wasn't he?
Bro, I'm not sure what that means, but if it means shitting in the shower, that's
Yeah,
exactly what it
That's
means.
exactly it. Just
I
getting
go
in
in
the
there,
shower
I say,
and trying
are
to
you
push it
fucking
down the
kidding me,
grate.
sir? I said, sir, you're gonna have to leave right now.
He was taking
I'll
so
have
long
to
because he was
break your
trying to push
space
it.
age. I'm gonna break your space age hip out here, sir. If you don't get the fuck out of here. And that little life alert that you got on right now is, I'm gonna rip that shit off, and I'm gonna take your chain. Like, I'm yanking your
He
jewelry.
was so pissed.
And I'm the only person there. So I threw mad bleach on that shit. I just bleached the whole shit and let the shower run. You know what I'm saying?
Because the next day, because I remember I had to open, I
So
was the
heated.
early guy. There was so much water everywhere.
Bro. They were like, who let the
No.
showers running? I was like,
Nick came in, I don't give a fuck. This
Don't
old man
fucking care at all.
shit in the shower.
do not care at all, man. And I was like, James, you're suspended from signing anybody up.
He hated me for like a good. We were roommates too at this time, I
Yes.
think. So he hated me for a solid week.
So yeah, so James out there, man, no love for
And
him.
Nick's over there in the kitchen just fucking cooking some eggs.
Just
Hey, what
Oh,
are you
yeah.
cooking? Just silent.
No, oh yeah, for real.
heat it,
Just
man.
fucking
Heat it. I said,
silent.
can't
Even,
believe
but it'd
this.
be funny because I'm like, Nick, you want to play 2K? We'd still play 2K. Just wouldn't talk the entire time we're playing.
man,
Just
Damn.
silence, man. Just a silence.
it's like,
man.
oh, that was a good shot. Like you're trying. It's like at that point where you're like, you feel like you're disappointing like your older brother or like
Bro.
your fucking dad or something. So you just kind of like, haha, that was a good shot, wasn't it? Just
It was the Wild Wild West in that year, man. I'm telling you, it was a wild
dude,
time. I
yeah.
just couldn't believe it. I was like, and then of course, you know, what I mean, like this boy James set him up with like a whole supplement pack that probably would have blew his liver and kidneys like completely off.
I had him
He
on the
had
fucking
thermogenics, and he's 100. You know, like he doesn't need thermogenics. He's hot as shit. He's overheating every day. Like,
I sold him thermogenic fat burners and pre-workout.
yo, he had a pacemaker or his wrong. They're
my
like,
God.
James is gonna blow a valve off his pacemaker.
I was about to say, you know, a pacemaker's not a turbo for the heart.
Yeah.
I told him it was, and he believed me. That's his problem.
James was like, "You hear that turbo spool when it goes?" He's like, "That's what you want."
That's what you want. You want air being
Yeah.
produced in your body.
I was like, "Oh my god!"
Well, here's what the best part is that he did that not once but twice. The second time he did that, another you remember old Millie Milton, but he was working with me, and I was
It's a hell
just
of a name.
that wasn't his real name, but I remember.
Oh, I know.
You know,
There was I think he shit when your boy, now I can say his name because nobody will ever know him. You know what I'm saying? My boy Fulio.
oh man, yeah, good. Tulio. Yeah,
O'Toole.
yeah. O'Toole, good guy.
I believe he was there and he got shitted on as well.
So, well, the story I was gonna say. So Milton, another person, you know, whatever. But so I was about to go to lunch, and I was
Why twice?
and I was going to clock out, and I was talking to him, and as I'm talking to him, this is like 12 o'clock on a Sunday shift or whatever. So it's like the Saturday, because we were actually taking lunches. It was like 12 o'clock on a Saturday shift. I'm going to clock out to go eat or whatever. He guy walks up. He's like, I had an accident in the shower. So Milton looks at me. I was like, clocking out, bro. He just clocked out. Made it, bro.
Outta here.
I mean, that dude, those old people were everybody's problem. I think eventually, like, the manager was like, sir,
I
like,
think
you can't come back.
Yeah.
Like, it's like the fourth time you've shit in our facility.
And your wife keeps on like going
Oh, my
everywhere.
God.
Like she would
Yeah.
just be everywhere at the gym. She would be in the mall
Dude.
randomly on the other
Yeah.
side of the windows. We were like, sir, we can't.
when
run
the
out.
mall was closed.
Yeah, like because
This piece
it
of
was very weird. The mall would be
yeah, it was-
open for people to come in because the fucking mall would have mad old people going in there and like fucking power walking and shit
all day.
at
Yeah.
3 a.m. or
They
stuff.
have championships, don't you know?
I
Yeah.
don't know if you're joking or not.
I am not.
Oh, I
No,
believe it. Oh, then that's crazy, man. I believe it. And there's probably some pro athletes there. Then definitely. Ringo Starr. But yeah, so it was a wild time out there, man. I remember somebody died.
Yeah, that was crazy.
In Arlington. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Probably, I believe it was just a heart attack. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Saw mad people pass out
All the time.
all the time. You know what I mean?
From
So-
just lifting and over.
just lifting, not
overdoing it.
eating anything,
I remember
taking
there
a
was
bunch of
this-
supplements and shit.
I remember there was this one chick, man. She came in, and mind you, at this point in time, I'm like a 450, almost 500-pound bench presser or whatever. So I'm lifting mad weight. I'm a big dude. This lady comes in, makes me look like a dwarf. You know what I'm saying? She walks in jacked. She spills some of her bag. 2 needles came in that were full of some kind of clear liquid. She's like,
You know
"Oh no, my shit!" And it's like, God
Oh,
damn,
Big
Like,
Bertha.
Yeah, bro, for real. Like there was a lot of that. And then the other thing that was always crazy too is like, bro, like, if you're a single man and you just want to get seen, work at a gym, bro, because that shit, like,
Oh, yeah.
like them hoes will just throw
Oh,
themselves
yeah,
at
man.
you. It's
I
just
had-
crazy.
Bitch,
You
where
know-
you at?
Exactly.
At the gym.
At the gym,
At the gym,
exactly.
yeah.
I would tell the boys all the time. You know what I'm saying? You know, you always got your boys that want to go out to the club, and you know what I'm
Nah,
saying, shit
bro.
like that, bro.
The
No
gym.
need to, man. And then also, I would tell them like, bro, like when you go into the gym, it's a different type of girl you're getting already. You know what I'm saying? You're getting a better type
It's a
of
better
girl. You know what I'm
quality
saying?
of
More-
bar strange.
Exactly.
It's
I'm
not
like,
bar strange.
no, she has some type of ethics and code and some type of morals, generally speaking. She's trying to take care of
At least
herself.
discipline,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I'm about to say some of these girls had no
Yeah.
fucking code, but
That
they
is
had
true,
disciplines.
which
I don't
is
know,
okay with me though. You know what I'm saying? But they had discipline at least. You know what I mean? At least enough to like those real dedicated ones. You know, like generally speaking, if they're taking really good care of their body,
You want to know
they're on
what's up.
supplements and things like that.
Yeah,
They have a schedule. You see the girl at 5 a.m. there. She's
You know
on some
what's
type
up.
of schedule, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And most of them pretty cool, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and you already got the easiest thing, which is the initial conversation is
They
the
have
gym.
to talk to you.
You're gonna be at the gym, you know what I'm saying?
Or that magical opportunity. Hey, excuse me, I need to grab that weight right there.
Oh, hey, are
This
you lifting?
magic moment.
Exactly.
Your lips are close to mine.
Yeah, blah, 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 blah.
You
Which
know-
lips?
Yeah, which lips are you talking
I guess it
about?
depends on if she's spotting you, right?
Yeah. And
There
then
you
if
go.
you really
So-
want to get
Hey,
freaky,
baby, spot me on this bench press real quick.
you know,
Exactly.
and if for the big big dyke lesbos out there, you know what I'm saying, they had the
everywhere.
all women section for you.
All for you.
Yeah, you got the pretty much the private party for yourself right there. You know what I'm saying?
All day, every
Yep.
day.
And for the fruity
Yeah.
boys, the local showers, that's where James would usually be security
man.
guarding at.
You
the
know,
local
had to make
showers.
sure nothing funny was
Securing
going
a
on.
hole of glory.
Without me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I had to make sure no funky business was going on without me.
He was the
Exactly,
security guard at the glory hole.
James was selling
Hey,
multiple
that's been 5
memberships.
minutes.
He was flipping lives
Love it.
upside down, all right.
Yeah,
definitely.
And booty holes.
Listen, they weren't paying very well, so sometimes you got to make a little
Got-
on the side. It just
gotta
is
get
what
that
it is.
money,
you know?
man.
Yeah, gotta get that
He knows
money,
the
man.
knock code. If you get 4 knocks, you get to come on in.
Yeah.
Ain't that right, boo?
True.
I love it. Good job, everybody.
It is. We did it that time. We got it. We got it. Ah, shit. So the other thing coming is kind of getting out of the crazy gym stories and shit. But long story short, if you're a young man, you're into that life, just go work at one for a little bit because, it's bound to. It'll help you out. You'll learn how to talk to beautiful
Yeah.
women, all this and that.
I will say,
Boost your confidence up,
not to cut you off, but I
Yeah.
will say a lot of those sales tactics
It translates
you
to a lot
can
of
use
things.
in
Yeah.
everyday life, and they did have things that
Yeah.
you can literally use in everyday life to talk to people. And if
Oh,
you
I
got
use that shit against my wife all the time.
Oh,
We're
yeah,
arguing
exactly.
all
You
the
see?
time. Like,
perfect,
if we start to argue, I'm gonna shut up, and if you talk first, you lose.
exactly, I always tell people
Just
all
wait
that,
for it. Just wait for it.
Mhm.
That's an old sales trick. If whoever talks first loses,
Yeah,
so let them
'cause
talk.
Everything is almost sales at the end of the day.
Everything
you
is
know
done
what
on a
I'm
notepad at that point in time with me.
Oh,
Oh, yeah?
yeah.
Okay.
saying? You know it.
Like a little sound effect.
Got to, man.
Shit. So one of the things that we bringing in Nick finally is he just came from out the country. Like I said, Nick, Mr. Worldwide. He's kind of been everywhere and everything.
Dale.
And then Dale, thank you, sir. I don't know what that's for, but okay.
Oh, yeah.
So, but he's just coming back. Where did you just come back from, bro? Where did you take your last recent trip with your wife and everything?
So literally yesterday, man. So yesterday we came back from Japan. Great trip. We went to definitely a lot of cities over there. We went up, of course, Tokyo. We started in Osaka. So Osaka is
Where's
known-
that like on the map?
So it's kind of, we pretty much started more like southern, like on the southern end of everything.
Okay.
And then slowly kind of went upwards towards the middle, I would say.
Now
Tokyo's kind of towards the middle, I would say.
Is Osaka like a harbor town?
Or
kinda
kind
closer to the
yeah.
coast?
There's water everywhere, of course. You know what I'm saying.
Of
So
course.
I mean,
It's all
but
coastal
yeah.
towns, yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah, really.
there's ports everywhere. Honestly, I would say, it's not one of like the smaller islands like Okinawa. You know what I'm saying? Where
Yeah.
Okinawa is like a whole separate flight. So
Oh,
if you want to
okay.
go to Okinawa, you know what I'm saying, you have to take a flight there. Osaka's
That's like an
that
island
too.
on an island or whatever.
Yeah, Osaka was kind of like that. Like we flew into Tokyo, but we
Okay.
took a other. So from here we went to Canada. So we
Yeah,
flew
actually,
to
that's what I
Canada.
wanted to know. What's your how did that? So from
Yeah. A lot of-
anywhere Texas, in the middle of Texas, you went
Yes.
to Canada.
Yeah, so
Okay.
if we went to Canada first, a lot of places, and obviously it depends on the airline and shit like that, price of the
Right.
tickets and things.
Right.
Um,
I'm actually kind of surprised with everything politically going on that Canada is still like a
yeah, I
stop
mean,
spot.
your boy Big Trump just hit the tariff
Again,
hit
yeah.
the button on the tariffs. You know what I'm saying? So it was right before it. You know what I mean?
Another one.
Yes, and
Another one.
Yeah.
And another one. Yeah.
But
you know what we need? Another one.
you know it.
Another one.
I think they're up to 75% to China.
It's
Add
gonna be
another
bigger.
one.
It's
Just-
100%. It's going to be better. Another one.
we will tax you 100% on everything.
For real.
Everything. yeah.
But yeah, so Osaka, we started Osaka. Osaka, quote unquote, is supposed to be like the kitchen.
That sounded like the start of like some kind of anime intro. Osaka, Osaka, Osaka,
You
Osaka.
You're probably not far off.
What'd you say?
You're probably not too far off.
Probably
Yeah, no,
not.
oh, yeah, I'm sure
Probably
there's
not.
definitely something that
Oh,
sounds like that out there.
Someone's doing that. Hey, that's the anime intro. I know that one.
Yeah, I know that. I know that anime. But yeah, so Osaka, we went in there. We flew from here in Texas to Canada. That was like a 2 to 3 hour flight.
Okay.
Not too bad.
How long did you stay out there? Was it just like from one transition to another?
Yeah, it was just like a 1 hour layover. So literally by the time we got to the airport in Canada, which I've been to Canada, obviously being in New York, Canada's right up there. You know what I'm saying? I've been to Niagara Falls and shit like that, of course, which is cool.
Yeah.
So Canada, got to Canada, had like a 1 hour layover, you know what I'm saying, which is pretty much just walking to the next gate and loading up, honestly.
Big ass airport and stuff.
Yeah, a nice international airport. You know what I'm saying? DFW obviously is one of the biggest international airports in general, one of the largest airports. So,
And I will say they actually know how to do their shit because when in Vegas they don't know motherfucking thing about an airport. But go ahead.
I ain't gonna lie, DFW did some very foolishness with their fucking international flights, though. Like, they made us go to it was just a nightmare going there, man. They made us do like a whole huge circle for the international shit.
Go to fucking E gate all the way back
Yes,
to
man.
A gate,
Yes.
back to C gate,
Like,
back to F.
the gate on your ticket does not match the terminal that you're supposed to be at. And
Don't
we're
even look at that shit.
Yo, all of us that were going to Japan all stuck at the same spot, and we were like, what the fuck? And like literally you had to go like all the way down to the one end to come all the way back to go all the way back again.
That's crazy.
It was the weirdest thing. So that was kind
Got
of
your
crazy.
cardio in.
Definitely. Yo, I'll tell you about the real cardio out there in Japan, man.
All right.
OD walking. So yeah, flew into Canada. Just pretty much got to the next gate, jumped on a flight. The next flight from Canada, we were in Toronto to Tokyo.
Okay.
That was 15 hours.
That's rough.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad, honestly. I'm not
And
gonna lie,
obviously
man.
the whole time he was watching the Deep Thoughts Whiskey Shots podcast.
Of course. I ran multiple,
As you should be.
Not gonna lie. You know it.
All right, yeah, there it is.
But definitely, definitely watch a couple of episodes of the podcast, man. Y'all be having me dying up here. I'm not gonna lie, man.
Excellent. We're doing something right, boys.
Yeah. I was getting cooked up there, man. Y'all had me dying.
One of these.
You know it. I smoked it down right before I got on the airport, so
Got the giggles in.
Yeah, which sucks. Again, obviously, I was telling my wife, I was like, man, like smoked as much as I could right before it, but by the time you get through like customs
all
and
done,
everything,
yeah.
by the time you get on the tarmac, like gone.
By the time you get to the airport,
yeah,
and you start
it's 2
stressing,
hours.
it's
You know what I'm
over.
saying?
Yeah,
So
I feel like it'd be security where I sober up. It's just like, all right, fucking take the belt
But that
off.
was the cool
Yeah.
thing about, you know what I'm saying, and I'll get into a little bit more later, I'm sure, but like the airports and like certain places just having designated smoke areas in the airports in Japan. Like literally right before, like
Yeah, you were saying that off
at
camera.
your gate
Yeah.
by the bathroom, smoke
there.
spot. Like so I
Explain the smoke spot real
smoked the CBD pen, like smoked as much as I probably could, like right before literally just getting right on the plane. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's cool too.
Explain the smoke spots real quick for people.
The smoke spot. So I'll say this before we get to smoke spots.
Okay.
Got to Japan.
Oh, yeah,
14
15 hours.
Yeah, 15 hour flight. Not too bad of a flight.
Can you
It
sleep on
fit-
the plane? Are you? I can't.
Yeah, I was done.
I guess you have to.
Yeah, like you just have to. You know what I'm saying?
15 hours eventually.
Yeah, they feed you and everything. You know what I'm saying? So you get some food and everything. The food was complete ass cheeks. They gave me like a
Nice.
tuna melt, which I'm like, yo, you got like 100 tuna sandwiches on a sandwich. I mean, on a plane. Like,
Yeah.
not a good idea. You know what I'm saying?
Now, is
Someone-
it better
salmon?
or worse than the veggie omelet in an MRE?
I'll take the MRE pack.
It
Definitely.
is
This
kinda-
was
Oh my God.
disgusting,
That's bad.
bro.
It's kind of
Really?
like
That
Maybe
bad?
not the veg. I was surprised. It's usually not terrible like that. It was
So this is
disgusting.
flat butt cheeks. It's not even like nice butt cheeks.
The flattest. You know
Oh,
what I'm
God.
saying? I survived.
Trailer
That
park
first.
butt cheeks.
Yes,
Ugh.
because you're flying, all together. You're in the airport almost like a full day. You know what I'm saying?
It's that
So
Walking Dead butt cheeks.
you know it. So like I said, you're like flying for like a day almost. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Technically,
I mean, yeah.
I literally ate like 8 Biscoff cookies. You know what I'm saying? And that was it, and water.
Water.
Yeah.
I love the way you say water.
Man,
That's
that's
that New York
You
kicking
know
in.
it. You know it.
Water.
Hey, do it for me.
Gotta have the water.
There it is.
You know it.
We're gonna cut that as a clip. Just wait. That's gonna be a sound clip. Water.
It is.
Got the water, man. But yeah, so definitely, you know what I'm saying. You gotta have
Yeah.
it, of course. So we get out there, finally. Then we get to Tokyo, and like this is the worst part. Tokyo to Osaka is a 1 hour flight. You have to transfer to a different flight. So like you get off the 15 hours, and you're like, oh nigga, I'm in Tokyo.
And then you're still not done.
1 more hour to go. You know what I'm
Fuck,
saying?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
so, 1 more hour. We fly out.
How dead are your legs at this point?
Cooked, you know what I'm saying? I wore like compression socks, you know what I'm saying? To keep the blood flow going. Like I was making sure I like stretch my calves and stuff, you know what I'm saying?
That's one of those things
I
you
took
don't think
omega
about,
3,
but
you know
yeah.
what I mean? I did a lot of research too because it was one of the longest flights I've ever been on. They also said, and I did this, and I already have like a weak stomach, you know what I'm saying? But they were saying the day of and the day before, no carbonated beverages, because at the altitude it expands all your gases. So if you have mad carbonated drinks in you and everything, and then that's bubbling up, and then you go to the X altitude and then it expands all the gases, you're having a fart. And I shitted on everybody in there anyway. So I was farting my ass off, but we got lucky because it was a 323 plane. You know what I'm saying? For some reason, we had a maxed out flight, obviously, because everybody wants to go to Tokyo.
Right.
The one person that was not on the flight was our third person. So me and Lauren,
out.
like, I got be able to like stretch out. We had like a whole extra seat, and I'm short. You know what I'm saying? So I can like
Really?
you know what I'm saying? I know I look large here.
Yeah, so big.
Yes, yeah. Put the 3 times XL.
There they are.
Yeah. Zoom in as much as you can. But yeah, so I literally was out there. You know what I'm saying? Try to not do any like. You know what I'm saying?
Carbonated
Soda or anything
That explains
like that.
whenever I came off, because I remember when I told you as soon as we stepped off the plane, because I had drank a couple sodas. We had some
Oh,
Crown
yeah.
and Cokes, and I came up, you know,
Yeah,
all
exactly.
day.
He was all gassy walking around.
That's
Yeah.
how it be, and that's how, like I said, I'm
Yeah.
already got a weak stomach. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh, I can't do that.
Hold
you
on.
know what I mean?
Zoom
So-
in real quick. Zoom in. He's not underestimating. When I tell you this man's got a weak stomach, I was his roommate. At the day, you do not use the bathroom after this guy after taco night. You give it a good solid
That's right.
24 hours.
You know it.
Anyways, go on.
That's right.
That's what it sounded like. Just
exactly.
Like that.
Exactly.
Like, Nick,
Exhaust.
are you okay?
Dual exhaust in my ass.
So, Nick,
True.
that's not what I asked.
Duty true.
Anyways, all
What
right.
you
go
want?
ahead.
Got him.
That little sound be like you knock on the bathroom door. Hey, Nick, how you feeling?
They must have amnesia. They forgot that I'm.
He ain't getting it. Oh well.
But yeah, so it was cool up there. Now one thing, being a potential IBS candidate, I did appreciate the
Yeah.
bidets and the toilets out of there.
Oh.
One of the first experience, obviously you get to experience, is that literally from like the nicest place ever over there
Yeah.
to the McDonald's,
Yeah.
they have the fanciest toilets. Like even
Everywhere.
there's no regular toilets.
Bro,
So
butthole care is very important.
very important.
Apparently.
Yes. So even in the McDonald's, you have like $1,000 toilets.
That's
Like,
crazy.
because they're all
For your
heated.
$2 McChicken.
You know it. They're all heated, which was so fire. So literally
Yeah.
every time you sit down, heated. The first experience, so I literally get off the plane. Like I didn't eat much, and the little shit that they did give me was ass. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'll have to poop as soon as I get off the plane.
Right.
Run to the toilet. Boom.
Boom. Exactly. Yeah.
Perfect. Heated seat.
Oh.
Thing I didn't know is, and they have a volume control on this. I didn't know this.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Hold on.
A volume control.
Let him
You're gonna
explain.
hear.
Let him
You're gonna hear.
explain.
Let me drop it for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you sit down,
Yeah.
it knows you're about to get shitty because obviously you're in the men's.
Right.
Hopefully you're in the men's,
Oh.
bathroom. So
So
if you're sitting
Japan.
down, for most of us, that means you're gonna shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Japan frowns upon you peeing while
Yes,
sitting.
exactly. So when you
Dishonorable
sit
of your
down,
family.
it activates the heat.
Okay.
The heat is already lightly there, so like your heat is heated already as soon as you sit down. It just heats up more when you're sitting down.
Sounds
But
magical.
when you sit down, it will activate a rainforest or water sound. So, and I didn't know this. So I got a shit crazy. I sit down, my
Thunderbolts.
shit going crazy loud, waterfalls everywhere around me, 3D. I'm like, what the fuck is going on out here? I'm trying to turn it down because now everybody know I'm shitting everywhere because the waterfalls are going crazy.
Yeah.
Yo, it's like a fucking tsunami behind me. I'm shitting like,
Whoa. You can't say tsunami in Japan.
that is true. I'm sorry. Large water tidal water wave.
Yeah.
So like, I'm pooping everywhere out there. I'm spraying everywhere. It's going crazy with the poop sounds, and then the waterfalls are in the background going. Whoosh.
That's so polite though. Like they know you
so
don't want to
sweet
be
of
heard.
them.
Yeah.
Thank you.
it's So nice.
I couldn't turn it down. I'm trying to turn it down because everybody knows I'm shitting now.
Fuck
you
it,
know
turn
what
it
I'm
up
saying?
at that point.
I had to turn it up. I turned it up. They have the multiple settings for booty washing. You know what I mean?
bidet,
So
yeah.
do the pulsating up there. You know what I'm saying?
Enjoy yourself. Why not?
Realized I was in the wrong position. Hit the ball sack multiple times. Injured my boys. You know what I'm saying? So you can't roll anywhere because if I get off that shit, the water is just gonna fly in the air and shit water is getting everywhere.
It was like taking a constant beating to
bro,
the boys.
the first it was oh man, I felt like I was in the ring, you know what I'm saying? Balls got shot up, booty hole sprayed down, waterfall blasting everywhere. it was crazy that first time in the bathroom. You know, what
They're
I'm
really
saying?
giving you that immersion.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
like, yo,
yeah.
this is.
I feel like I'm
OD.
there with you.
Yeah, that's my goal. You know what I'm saying? To take you on the journey of the bathroom. So it was
already
crazy.
the greatest trip ever.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, well, I spent a lot of time in the bathroom, so I'm fucking with it. Even though, yes, my balls got pierced.
It's a learning experience.
Yeah,
as
and
they
then
say.
so they had the other settings where you can just do a light little.
Yeah, nice little mist on your balls.
So all right, that's cool. Well, it's not for your balls, it's for your butthole hole. But
I mean, I'm
yes.
just saying that like the Texas summers, you know, I bet when you get sweaty, you
not
get
too
that
bad
little,
either.
You know, just mist them
Crazy
off.
thing also, not in the public bathrooms, or in the bathrooms at like the Airbnbs and shit like that.
Yeah.
They had the same thing, of course, but when you turn around, instead of the tank where our toilet will have the tank in the back, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's where you wash your hands. You don't have to go to the actual.
So it's right there in the same stall.
Yeah, you can do it. Like it's connected. Like when I say it's connected to your bathroom, like the sink, or not the sink, excuse me, but connected to the toilet. Like the toilet literally has the back of the toilet is the faucet.
That's interesting.
And then you also have like your regular faucet, you
If
know what
you
I'm saying?
do
Like
wanna-
separated,
yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean? So then you can do that too, you know what I mean? So
Okay.
fire there, you know what I'm saying? I just felt like I was washing my hands with doo-doo water. That's why I only
Yeah,
reason I
that's the
didn't
only
do
thing
it.
that made me feel a little. I'm sure
The
it's
water was
probably
clean, of course, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just felt weird, you know what I mean?
The Americanisms would kick in.
Yeah,
like,
I
I'm
was
washing
like,
with
oh,
toilet
okay.
water. Yeah.
And then like your asshole is still moisturized highly, you know what I'm saying? So like you still have to like kind of wipe, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
still got
I
it.
just like dabbed my asshole. I ended up using most of toilet paper, generally speaking, anyway. You know what I'm saying? But it was
But it was a
fun.
nice
It was
experience.
fun, yeah. And
It
then you
was
could,
fun.
yeah, as much fun as I care to have with my booty. You know what I'm saying?
That's as far as it goes. of
Yeah,
the day.
exactly.
Very open-minded, I hear.
Did you
Yes,
discover
yes.
some things about yourself
Of
that
course,
day?
of course. I gotta be open-minded when you're internationally known on the microphone.
Always.
But yeah, so and then you can warm the water up or make it as cold as you want it. You know what I'm saying? That's shooting in your booty. So
Bro, could you imagine the guy before you says that
Got
shit
the
to
ice-
Arctic cold?
ice
and go,
cold.
"Whoa!"
Yeah, literally.
I was about to
Yeah, bro.
suggest that. I would prefer the nice ice coldness.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, I don't
man.
think you want
Like,
it, man. I ain't gonna
Man,
lie.
it's,
That
it's like a shot of
cold.
espresso, bro.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'll
it
wake you
will.
up.
Yeah, it'll wake you up definitely. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Definitely start your mornings that way.
Yes,
You
sir.
know what I mean? And
that's
then
part
when
of waking up.
And then whenever you're going to bed for your
It's
nighttime
cold
shit,
water in
it's
your
a,
butt.
Yeah, perfect.
like Fogers once said.
Yeah. Oh, Fogers.
It is old Fogers.
Yeah. Oh, Fogers.
But, and then so you take the cold of a day in the morning to wake up, and then right before bed you take that shit and you do a nice little warm one to put you to
Yeah,
bed,
like some
a,
nice hot tea. You know what I'm
Exactly,
saying for the
like-
booty.
like a warm baby
Look,
bottle
you
for your
even
booty.
you can put a tea bag in there if you want
I
it. You know what I'm saying? Get crazy.
Oh, hey,
it sounds like
there
your
it
tea
is.
bags took a little bit of abuse.
Oh, they got Mike Tyson out there, my boy. They got bit up out there.
and not the Mike
bag.
Tyson that went out there for Jake, the
You
prime
know,
Mike.
Yeah, prime Mike.
Prime Mike.
Iron Mike.
Gonna get you both. The speed back.
So far you're in Japan and you've shit everywhere. So
Shit
then what
everywhere.
else
First
happened?
experience.
Shitting all over Japan.
Yes.
A plus.
Google Translate saved our lives a lot too. You know what I'm saying? The
I
Google
bet.
Translate ain't gonna light fucking fire. Literally, you can put the camera mode on and just hover over things, and it'll just
Right.
decipher everything for you. You know what I'm saying? So that shit helped a lot. And then Lorna, you know what I'm saying, my wife, she does
Does a
speak a
little-
little bit of Japanese, and that helped us a lot.
That's
too, you know
awesome.
what I'm
She's
saying?
way
So-
too smart to be with you.
Oh
Hey.
I'm the master man here. you
He's
see?
I'm the
You
manipulator.
see?
She got that Puerto Rican persuasion.
Yes, yes. But so that helped a lot, obviously, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
she's real big with trip planning, and so she already knew kind of what spaces to go to and this and that.
Lorna
you know?
seems like that type. Like she ain't going nowhere without knowing.
Yeah,
what's
she'll
up. Like,
overdo it though. So
yeah.
I was right, like, okay, we don't need to do it because you got at the end of the day, yeah, you want to see a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? But you're there to have fun. You're there to wake up a little later. You're there to not be you're on
Yeah.
vacation. You're not at work. You know what I'm saying? So
Well, you don't want to be like, oh, we went to this site where we got 15 minutes. All right, let's go. To the
yeah,
next
and that's
one.
why I told him, like, yo, you want to be like dead and not really enjoy it, you know what I'm saying? Just be rushing.
Yeah.
You're not gonna really enjoy
If we
it.
spend
you know
6
what I'm
hours
saying?
at this site because we're enjoying it.
Yeah.
Fuck it, that's what happened.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
That's how it
We're
was
having
in
a good time.
Vegas with me and you.
Yeah. We found like we wanted to see everything.
It's
but then
hard
at the
to,
end of
you
the
know what
day,
I'm
it's
saying?
just
Yeah.
like you had a good time. Like I'm not gonna stop my good time.
Exactly.
You know?
And in
Yeah,
Japan,
you can't be the dad at Disney World trying to
yeah.
be on schedule.
Yeah.
And one thing, you know, and one reason we wanted to go to Japan, obviously, too, in places like it is because, you know, not only is the culture totally different, but every aspect of life is almost totally different. Like I said, something as simple as like the toilets, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Totally different.
Why try to get away from that American rush and then enjoy it
Yeah,
somewhere
yeah,
else?
like
So,
that's what you're supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's very, you know, like I said, everything aspect wise, like just totally different. Like I was saying, it's nice again. They have their buses and their public transportation grade A.
On par with what you're used to.
No, 10
Better?
times better, man. It's
Okay.
like disgustingly
it's pretty
better.
gross in New York, honestly.
But yeah, it's disgusting,
It's,
bro. Like
it's
you gotta remember.
efficient, but it's gross.
Yeah, definitely efficient, very gross. Self-regulated also because over there they
Everybody's
have
got respect for each other, right? Yeah.
like the only thing that people were weird about, and it makes more sense when I thought about it, was like they will kind of cut you off or like kind of bump into you a lot and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But nobody will really say sorry or say excuse me. But they're used to it, and they have so much. There's a respect that's already there that nobody's tripping. You know what I'm saying? So like if I bump into you and there's nobody even under, like if there's a ton of people and I step on your shoes, you're gonna be like, bro, like what? You're gonna be heated. You know what I'm saying? But if somebody steps on somebody's shoes over there, like they don't
Just
even
keep
turn
moving.
around. They already know what time it is. You know what I'm saying?
if
It
you're
happens,
walking up
yeah.
and down the street, you're gonna be
Bro,
bumped and everything.
I stepped on somebody's shoes plenty of times. I hit them in the back of the head multiple times with bags while they were sitting down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like people are pushing you in the back, like especially when you get to so in Tokyo when you see like Too Fast Too Furious and they're doing the drifting. You know what I'm saying?
Do.
We should have loaded
Fast
that one
and
up. Yeah.
Close enough.
Yeah, all the same thing.
Yeah,
So that when they're drifting in Tokyo, that one spot that they're drifting
yeah.
there's one main spot is called the Shibuya crossing.
That walkway, that
yeah,
big
it's like the
ass,
big
yeah.
crossing, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Bro, that crossing is so fucking OD. Like it's
Yeah.
one of the most busiest places. Crazy.
You
know what
actually
I'm saying?
couldn't drive down that bitch. Like,
Nah, there's
way.
no, yeah. You know how much it's crazy to look at that retrospectively
Yeah.
and know how much money they probably spent to just shut that spot down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like places like that, like that mad people are getting on and off that that area. You know what I'm saying? Like on the subways and train stations there. Everybody's jammed packed like sardines, like on top of each other. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
it's all good. You know what I'm
Supposed to
saying?
do that, yeah.
It's quiet as hell.
Okay.
The city's quiet. Like it's crazy to say that it's millions of people there, but it's quiet. Like
Right.
nobody's bumping their music. Like even in the cars, nobody's bumping their music. Like
It's like real respectful for everybody.
it's so crazy. You know what I'm saying?
And doesn't it like shut down? Like certain spots don't shut down, but
Bro,
like,
it's-
doesn't it like everybody just
No,
chill the fuck out?
It
Like
shuts
apartment
things shut
complex
down. You know
shit?
what I'm saying? Yeah. Like so, it was wild. Like over there, your average place opened not until like 10 or 11, and then they would close at like 9 or 10. And I was so pissed because I'm like, bro, like, what is going on? I'm in the middle of Tokyo and like all the food spots. Now there's 24-hour ramen spots like here and there, and they're
Right,
scattered
right.
throughout the city, of course. You know what I'm saying? But like as a city, like it's not like a lot of things shut down. You know what I'm saying? A lot of their cafes, like these are cafes. You know what I'm saying? Not open up to like 9 and 10, 11 o'clock even. You know what I'm saying? So it's just different, and this isn't even on the weekends and weekdays. You know what I mean? But again, like their hourly, like their work is looked at a little bit different
Right.
here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure they got the workaholics and things like that. But it's just obviously again
Everything's
different
so
culture.
different,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Yeah. But and even like I said, the subway stations, man, there's attendants to help you. Like not just like in the stations. You know what I'm saying? But they're out there like by the subway. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? They're regulating. Like they're blowing the whistle when like, hey, no more people can come in here. Well, no, you got to come out, and everybody. Oh, okay, no problem. I'll come
You
out.
just
You know what
respect
I'm saying?
it.
Yeah. And the East Coast, and like, yo, there's nobody regulating. So if like there's somebody that's jammed up, and we're jammed up in the subway, and there's one person that like your bag is blocking the door from closing, they're gonna slap the dog shit out of you until you get out of there because we gotta go to work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Out the
Yeah.
door.
Like, they won't voluntarily back up and, you know what I'm saying, oh, I can't make this, you know what I'm saying? Or,
Get
you
the
know,
next one.
there won't be like a security guard or somebody there working saying, hey, no, you'll catch the next one. None of that. But there a lot of that. But, and then, like I said, everybody's real respectful, you know what I'm saying? Everybody will be right on top of each other. Nobody's playing loud music. That's one of the things they say, don't play loud music. They tell you not to stop. Like, there's announcements all day saying, don't stop. Turn your phones off and don't be on the phone talking while you're in the subway. They don't want you talking on the phone in the subway, so respect everybody's shit.
Right.
If you want to play some, throw it on your, you know, your or excuse me, not your iPad, but your little iPods. You know what I'm saying? Your ears. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's got their headphones in, just kind of focus on their own shit, like, but very quiet, very respectful. All the subways. This blew my mind the most. Obviously, nothing smells like piss or anything like that. Obviously, of course.
Nice.
They're all super, super clean, but they all have like the most comfortable upholstery, and they're all heated and AC'd.
Okay.
They have Wi-Fi. Like it's OD over there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
everything's so nice. Like things you would never be able to do and accomplish over here because we're just fucking
It
so.
feels like something like this is that it's like, okay, we can have this until one person ruins it for
Yeah,
us all.
and nobody's ruining it over
and they
there.
all kind of have to keep that hive
respect
mind.
it. Yeah.
And it comes to their culture, but it comes to the age of the culture. A lot of people don't know that. Exactly.
Like
That's what
thousands of years older.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everybody's not only that, the people are just in general older. Like the average age over there is much older. Like we were talking about earlier, you know what I'm saying? They want people to come over there, and like they're paying people to even come over there because the kids they're not having, you know what I'm saying, children a lot over there.
Right.
And so the average age is a lot older. So once that old population dies,
Population gonna drop.
man, your population and there's your economy, you know what I'm saying? And then like I said, they're not big on having a lot of children. The young kids are not having children over there, so it's totally different, you know what I'm saying? Over there. So it's just crazy to see, like I said, even something like that is totally different, but it's fire over there, man.
So in your travels in Japan, did you see any of the Cholo Japanese guys? Or
I
the
saw-
Cholettes and the Cholos?
I saw more. I didn't see the ladies. I saw a couple of guys. You know what
It's
I'm
a
saying?
thing.
Oh no,
Yeah,
it's
it's
freaking
over
huge.
here.
I didn't know until, like I said, I was doing my own research when I was
Right.
coming over here that was such a big thing. A lot of, like I was saying earlier, you know, too, is our American culture is real big over there too. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So a lot of hip hop guys over there. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys dressing like, you know, your average dude over here that, you know, you would consider a good dressing guy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not to hype myself up, I got tons of compliments on not just my clothing, but like the jewelry. That's all they're like, yo, your chains are nice, you know, your chains are nice. And you know, jewelry is a big thing over here, you know what I'm saying? Over there, like you would see like a little modest gold chain, you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
But no like iced out shit, you know what I'm saying? They don't have like a
No
ton of
standout
rings.
shit.
Yeah, like literally almost every single day somebody says something about, yo, your chains are nice, you know what I'm saying? I really like your chains. And
That's
I
the
appreciate
Yakuza
that.
trying to mob your ass.
Oh, I'll slap the
Right.
dog shit out. I told you how big I am over there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, they don't want to fool me out there.
You
See,
know.
the second question is, since you saw those Cholo guys,
Yes.
how high were their socks?
So they
Were
were,
they proper cholo height?
Yeah, exactly.
believe it or
I
not,
need to check, you know?
Gotta make
could
sure.
not tell. It was 40 degrees over there the whole time, my friends. Very icy cold out there.
So they had the
whole
long
time.
dickies on.
So they had the dickies on, bandanas on. I saw a couple of, you know what I'm saying, first button,
Fucking
plaid.
elbows out, motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's what's up. I like that.
Side to side.
You get,
Side to side.
Side
Lean
to
like a
side.
cholo.
lean like Cholo.
Lean like cholo.
Lean like cholo.
Sorry, respect to
Yes,
you
yes.
guys. I
Whoa, whoa,
fucking
whoa,
love
whoa.
that. I love
Remember
it.
a bunch of jackasses, grain of salt, whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, so
Doesn't excuse the racism.
Hey, I'm
Excuse
Spanish,
us for being
Spanish
bad.
also at the same time, man. It's
Yeah,
all good.
exactly.
listen, it's a Puerto Rican, a Mexican, and an Irish. Leave us alone.
Yeah, we're
All
good,
right,
man. We're
well,
covering
walk
all.
into
We're
a
covering all
bar.
nations.
What'd you say, Spencer?
And they walk into a bar.
Yeah,
exactly.
and then we make a podcast, and here we are. Yeah.
But yeah, so like I said, a lot of aspects. I saw a lot of guys and a lot of ladies actually too with dreads.
Interesting.
And obviously a lot of dudes with like curly hair perms, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that was a big thing over there, trying to have like a curly afro or having an afro in general, like big thing over there, you know what I'm saying? So like literally a lot of our Atlanta, a lot of the music that would play on like billboards that was more like hip hop,
Yeah.
kind of their hip hop theme, sounded like the drill music in New York, or it
crazy.
sounded like
crazy.
like I said, like some type of melodic hip hop shit that's kind of
Right.
going on right now. You know what I'm saying? So everything was kind of
That's
a lot
pretty
of
cool.
yeah, it was
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They got their own twist on everything. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then like they're very fashion forward too. You know what I'm saying? Because Tokyo is one of like the fashion capitals, obviously. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like even like the aunties, they got baggy jeans with like cool
Looking
shoes.
fresh.
Yeah, like they just look cool. You know what I'm saying? So it's a cool culture in general. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? It's a cool place. I think people overlook. I don't know many people that get a chance to go to Japan unless they were like stationed out there for a military purpose or something like that. You know
to
what I'm
actually
saying?
enjoy it though. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because I know you
exactly.
were saying earlier too, like if you're just a real nerd and into like that whole culture, I mean, there's
Bro, you
whatever
would
card
never-
game, whatever video game, whatever anime,
Anything you
like,
could think of, like they have
Yeah.
it. So they have these things called gachapon. Gachapon.
Oh, yeah.
Gachapon's like little like vending machines.
Like little
Capsule ones, right?
toys, right?
Capsules, bro.
Yeah.
When I say they're everywhere, like if this was like this country area, you could literally go outside and there'd be a gachapon right there,
Like that.
like
and the
for
vending
no
machines,
reason,
right?
and
It's
it'd be
just there.
every like type of gachapon you can think of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They have on the arcades, all the arcades have them too, but there's floors of them. You know what I'm saying? So like, there'll be a 7 arcade that's 7 stories high, and like 3 of the first stories will be like arcade.
One's just gachapon.
Not one,
things.
like 3 gachupons, and then they have cranes. Like they have 2 levels of just cranes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then they always have like the adult anime, and like we've went to a bump and then we're like, oh, adult, like do they mean just like da da da, you know? And we go in there and like all titties everywhere, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh
Let's
my
fucking
god,
go.
yeah.
James,
Let's
that's how the Sega stayed in business because of the arcades for a while there.
You know what's
Oh,
crazy?
yeah, I can see
because
that. Because they have vintage arcades over there too, you know what I'm saying, which are fire.
But it's crazy that you say that because that game I've been talking about, that Yakuza Like a Dragon, like one of the things is there's like Sega arcades everywhere, and I always thought it was just because it's a Sega game, so like but like that actually
They got a strong hold.
Bro,
on the
there's Sega
claws.
games out there, cause Sega is, I believe, Japanese. You know what I'm saying? They have like Namco, Bandai. They have Capcom, fucking Konami. Like, bro, all those are Japanese companies. All your favorite, your Street Fighter, your Tekken, like your fucking
Pokemans and
Yu-Gi-Oh,
Yu-Gi-Ohs,
Pokemon, like then to your anime, Dragon Ball. Like, it's all Japanese, man. You don't even realize till you see, like, God damn, this is all. You know what I'm saying? All your favorite anime, it ain't Chinese. You know what I'm saying? It's all Japanese stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then like just to see it everywhere is crazy. Like I said, like there's a I forgot technically what it's called, but like it's literally like just like the nerd district where it's just straight anime. Like all the buildings, these are skyscrapers, bro. They're just Capcom like characters. There's like Ryu throwing Hadoken, you know what I'm saying, on the whole billboard. There's hentai like big booby girls like bent over. Like the billboard is like a Microsoft billboard. You know what I'm saying? Size.
I think we need to make a trip.
Oh, I have the pictures, man.
we need to make a trip to Japan.
They have maid cafes over there. You know what I'm saying? That they're
That
like
shit's weird though. I don't like that
The
one.
maid cafes are crazy. The craziest one I saw was a big girl maid cafe. So like
The muscle women?
no.
Oh, like
BBW, like big mamas, you know what I'm
Big
saying?
mamas.
So yeah,
Blade,
Not my
there is
thing,
one
but I
for the-
respect that.
There-
Or the black men.
There is one for the muscles. though,
there is one
Blade.
for the muscles, like and there's literally whatever you could think of. There's some craziness.
It's kind of crazy you hearing this because like when I'm playing that game, like so much of that game is based off of like prostitution and this and that. And it's like, man, this can't be real. This got to be video game shit. And then you're telling me all this, and I'm like, no, this
Like
culture,
they're
like,
in there, you know what I'm saying? Now obviously it's not everywhere like that, you know what I'm saying? Of course, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But bro, like I said, there's for every like street you were on, there was probably one massage spot that you could probably get you right. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much, you know. And then there's like I said, the little maid hotels and everything, of course, too, you know. So yeah, Dr. Evil quote unquote.
Yeah.
A laser.
Massage parlors.
Massage parlor.
You can come in and get a massage and then have a good
You ruined my life.
They'll
yeah,
massage your cock for money.
for money.
Well, hey man,
man,
how's
so-
the food?
Well, I know this we're kind of getting on in a little bit of time, and I don't want to lose track of your stories. Definitely
Yeah,
gonna have
most
to bring you
def-
back
most
out on
def-
here.
most def,
Oh, yeah.
Bring you back. You know, definitely continue our stories on here. And, but I want to. You brought us back some snacks, and I don't want to lose time on trying out our
Got you,
snacks
man.
for.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
That's true.
So, well, what's the first one we got out here? Bring it out.
Popa.
So
All
these are like these
Throw it on the thingy.
Japanese
Throw it on the thingy.
jelly filled contraptions, I'll say, you know what I'm saying? Obviously they have tons
Put it on
of
the thingy.
they have tons of candies and chocolates and whatnot that you can get over there, of course. The food, just to touch on that in general, crazy. Like we talked about earlier, there's certain cuts of meat that you just literally can't even export into the United States that they got over there that are fire.
Right.
There's these places, a lot of like the Japanese grill spots, you know what I'm saying, where they have the grill built into the table and you can grill up the meat, but you're getting Kobe beef, all types of stuff, just meat that you would never get, you know what I'm saying, over here, marbled up crazy, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
like the best steak I've ever had in my life. It's easier to rip them down up in like vertically. Yeah, yep, there you go, right there,
See,
sir.
they actually have technology.
Yep, technology, and it works, you know what I'm
And it
saying?
works every
it
time.
works.
Boy, howdy, what's that mean?
What in the hell?
But yeah, man. So the meats paws were out of this world. You know what I'm
Sir.
saying over there. You know it.
No, did he?
No diddy. And then we
Hey, man,
went
just
during.
pass them shits out, man.
We went to.
this one.
There's 3 different flavors. So let me see. So they got the. We got the peach. Peaches are a big thing over there.
Is it lychee?
Lychee.
lychee or-
Yeah, I think it's peach or lychee and mango. So I say here, everybody get a mango, peach, and a grizape.
Oh, you
All right, that's what I got right here. Let me, what you got right there?
I've got the
You
lychee.
got the mango right here for you, young man. Let me get you graped up. Young
Please.
mango for you, sir.
Please grape me in the mouth.
Mangy,
Sir.
Grape me right
And
now.
then one more for you, lychee master.
Oh, lychee.
Okay, great for you.
Oh, yeah.
And great for you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Spence, you need some? Let me get you that 3-pack, Jack.
I'm excited for this mango one.
Yeah,
say,
I
these
you.
look good.
Okay, this is grape right here.
Oh,
Very short. That was me. That
Bad
was
throw.
me.
Bad throw.
Looking like Russell Wilson.
Oh, rough.
Let's ride.
Peaches.
Let's ride, Bronco Country.
Alright. And then mango nada.
There it is. There it is. All right.
All right. And
Which one? Which ones these we trying out first,
There's a peach.
gentlemen?
Hey,
Peach.
y'all want to throw these over there real
Peach or
quick?
lychee or whatever.
Yep.
Hey, it
peach
says
or
scissors.
lychee.
Do I need scissors or can I just?
Nah, you can literally just rip the top. So we're going with the pink
Ringo,
joint.
go away,
Peaches.
Ringo.
Okay, peaches are a big thing over there. And then also Kit Kats.
Want to point that up real quick, Spencer?
Yeah. Fun fact: the Kit Kats are such a big thing over there because they consume the second amount of, or they're the place that consumes the second most Kit Kats in the world.
Interesting.
They
That's
said
interesting.
that the UK is number one actually. So.
Oh, that's definitely peach.
Yeah, it smells like it.
Mm-hmm.
So without even tasting it, just the whiff test, like that smells like a straight fresh peach that you cut open.
Yeah.
Like, legit.
And they're not big in like artificial flavoring
Not
and
to
all
say
that
it
extra.
tastes like actual fruit.
Yeah, like they don't do too much of wildness.
Wow.
Obviously, like our FDA shit is totally different from most places too. They let a lot of wild shit. So
I like that it kind of tastes like you're eating a peach slice.
there's a lot of jelly shit over there. Like
That's actually really good.
Yeah, I fuck
That's
with that.
crazy good.
yeah, it's OD good, and that's why I said like put them in the freezer. Don't let them get frozen, but now, like this temperature, like put them in the fridge now.
Like frost
Fire, man.
fridgy.
Just leave them nice and cold, man.
Yeah,
This
this
is
is
definitely.
perfect right here.
I like this. These are good. These are definitely
yeah,
good.
these are
right?
one of my favorite type of little snacks that I got out there. You know what I'm saying?
So what's
If
the
you're a
next one we're
texture
trying?
person, you might hate it, but
Possibly,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
pretty good.
Or you might love it. You know what I'm saying? If
Yeah.
you're a jelly guy.
It's definitely like
Well,
eating a like it's like you said like eating a peach slice but just jellified, but it doesn't. It's not like that jelly that it bothers.
Yeah, it's
you,
not like a disgusting slimy jelly. It's
Nah.
like, what did you just hit? Grape?
they're great.
Oh my
We're
god.
gonna
Doing
roll
grape
with the
next?
grape.
Oh yeah, this one's fantastic.
Here, zoom in on that packet now, Spencer. Got the grape pack, the purple
Grape.
joint. Okay,
Purple joint.
Everything is purple.
man,
Smells
that's
good.
again right off the smell test, straight grape. Like there's no confusion.
This
I'd
reminds
say
me
it'd be fat as fuck in Japan, but I already am fat as fuck.
Bro, I'm telling you.
this feels like eating the jelly packets at Waffle
Yeah.
House.
That tastes like something, man. I can't think of the candy, but that shit right there is good.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
it's really
good.
good. Yeah.
Better
And the-
Welch's.
And the
then
thing is too
yeah.
is it doesn't taste like it doesn't taste overly sugar.
Yeah, it's not because it's not fake. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
yeah.
they're not loading it with the extra sugar. Like whatever sugar's in there is gonna be probably like from the actual.
It's refreshing.
Like I know
Very
these are,
refreshing too. You know what I'm saying? And they're light. Like they're just
Yeah.
just light. You know what I'm saying?
and like I know these are supposed to be like just a little treat, but I feel like you could literally eat this shit all day and just get your fruit in. Like it's not even like so. The last one, Spencer, show that in. We're doing the mango last year.
Mango is one of my favorite, man.
Mangoes.
So fucking fire for my tropical boys out there.
Yeah,
Bro, you need some tahini.
Island
on this.
boys.
Put some tahini. The
We need some
Mexicans kicking
tahini.
in.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, this one's my favorite.
Because the mango is like my favorite, man.
I thought it was gonna be grape. This one.
I hadn't had the peach ones.
This one, it definitely needs tahini, man. Like I
I'm
love
sure that'll
mangoes.
be good
God,
too.
you're so
I fucking
Mexican.
love mangoes. Mongos.
Yep.
I lost what I
Loves
just
his
said.
mangoes. You
No,
knocking
that's,
over there,
uh,
young man.
I think so. Spencer, your favorite out of the three?
Probably the mango.
Nick,
Then we'll go with the mango, man. Tropicals, tropical island boys all day.
what you think? Blade, what's your favorite?
Okay. Well,
Chicken
if
chow
I had
blade.
tahini, if I had tahini with the mango all day.
This guy, so fucking southern.
But grape is the winner.
See, I was just about to say like.
Great. There, you can't go wrong. You know what I'm saying?
So
for
I'm
any of them. You know what I mean?
I'm about to shock, especially Spencer, because Spencer knows my normal. I usually don't like peach flavored shit, but the peach
Peaches
the way
is
to
heat,
go.
man. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
the
that
peaches
shit
is a
great.
really big thing over there. That's like I don't know if it's like their like fruit, you know what I'm saying? But it's like a really big thing. Like
Right.
even the Kit Kats, one of the Kit Kats that we had, they were peach flavored that we got too. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, nice.
Okay.
Yeah, they were
Interesting.
really
You know,
nice.
for being candy, that's really refreshing.
Oh,
That's what
it's
I'm
very,
saying,
very,
like-
and that's like one of the most popular. Like that shit's like everywhere. Like you would see
Right.
a Nestle's Crunch Bar over here, or like any
Yeah.
Crunch candy bar. Like those are like everywhere, and they got all flavors. So like
Okay.
they have the grape ones, they have the orange ones, they have the tangerines, but whatever flavor. They have the lychee. Those are peaches, you know what I'm saying? But they have the lychee joints, you know what I'm saying? So all the flavors that you would like. You know.
So the
not
next
to
one we're
make
going
like
to
a-
try, and obviously, without being said, one of the big things over in Japan, obviously, is Hello Kitty, and you already specified about the Kit Kat thing, but
Meow 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 meow.
strawberry milk Kit Kat.
That's the wrong product.
Hello Kitty. Yeah, meow mix Kit Kats. Yeah. Hello Kitty strawberry milk. I like how my beard comes out the package. Rawr, rawr, rawr. Yeah, so we got
So kawaii.
And then hold on, throw that back up there real quick. Fun fact also, so that little dirty ass owl that's on the bottom.
Oh, the angry one.
Yep. So in Japan, Walmart equals Don Quixote, which is the donkey.
yeah.
And they call it the donkey out there, but that's like their Walmart. You know what I'm saying, bro? This is the one of the mega ones we went to. It was literally right before we left. We got a lot of souvenirs from there. It's literally about 10 stories high. You know what I'm saying? 10 stories, like every floor. You can literally get medicine to souvenirs to candies, luggage, anything there.
It's a mega store.
Ultra mega store, and that's their big thing over here.
Got a cute little Hello Kitty right up front right there.
Yep.
Man, that smells amazing.
About to say right
Yeah,
there.
they got that heat, man. We had the matcha latte ones for ourselves perfectly. Bro, it's literally the best ones I've ever had in my life.
The
It
green
was so
tea
great.
ones, man, were pretty
Man,
good.
that smells
Yeah.
like straight strawberry milk. Like, for real.
Yeah.
Cheers.
My
everybody.
one Shindaru.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's good.
And it's like a light.
That kicks the shit out of a normal Kit Kat.
Man, these remind me of the strawberry protein bars we get in basic training.
I'm about to say this right here.
The crunch joints.
Power Crunch.
Yep.
Well, that's the thing. Like, this don't even taste like candy. Like, this tastes like
Those are good.
Again, it tastes just clean, man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And like, it doesn't taste crazy. It tastes like they use real strawberry pieces in it. You know
I feel like if you ate that whole pack of Kit Kats, you gain 5 pounds. This right here, you know, like you shouldn't eat that many Kit Kats, obviously, no matter what. But
Oh,
it's
I
like it's
ate.
still,
I ate a couple packs yesterday.
well, you know, that's okay.
Yeah, they had
It's
these.
okay.
Obviously, we went during
Preach.
cherry blossom season.
Is it?
And cherry blossom season is obviously a big thing over there. You know what I'm saying? And so they had a lot of sakura, which are cherry blossom
Yeah.
flavored stuff. That was when we got a roasted soybean and cherry blossom flavored.
Okay. So say that one more time. Roasted
Soybean
Roasted.
and sakura, which is cherry blossom.
Okay.
The cherry blossom tastes like
Sakura's also a wasted character in Naruto. Go ahead.
exactly. And that's why you see a lot of Japanese places or a lot of Japanese characters named Sakura.
Yeah.
It just means cherry blossom.
Okay.
You see what color her hair is?
Pink, yeah, yeah.
Makes sense, right?
And then like all her attacks on the games is like you punch them and then cherry blossom.
Yeah, and
That
she's
makes
healing
sense.
shit,
Yeah,
and you know what I'm saying? She's a healer.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing over there. So a lot of cherry blossoms, which flavor stuff, which tastes like almost like a sweet rose.
Interesting.
This motherfucker looks sour.
Now
So-
this is
I've
a little
already spoiled
different.
myself.
So
on
this one is so you kind of gave us a couple little warnings, but not really. But this one is called Super Cola. Okay. The back is very scary because it shows when you eat these things, apparently you fall in love. So, you know, we already kind of get a little fruity with each other as it is. So
That's
I'm
why
afraid
we're-
we're all going to fall in love
That's
here.
why we're wearing the polarized glasses.
That's
so we
why
don't
we're
have
exactly.
to
so we can't
look at
make
each other.
direct eye contact.
Exactly. You don't
Can't
know.
look into your souls too deeply.
Although Spencer and Nick are both wearing glasses, so it might
No,
magnify their
Spencer,
eyes.
that's
at
why we're
each other.
across the way from each other.
No, that's direct eye contact,
No.
man. Look away.
Ringo, get in the middle.
No, not the dog. not the dog.
Oh.
All right, so you know this little kind of looks almost like a warhead package, almost
Yep.
like just a little
That's what it reminded
little
me of.
pack.
So yeah, these I think Spencer's already tearing one up over there. You know what I'm saying? But
Oh, hey,
oh yeah, but they're almost like
they're better.
freeze dried warheads almost.
So off the smell, there's like no odor whatsoever. Like on the opening of the package, I don't smell nothing to it. Like it's
Okay.
And you'll get like
initial sourness right off the rip.
now with the second one you get, you just bite into it, and that'll give you a different kind of sensation, you know,
That's nice. I like this.
because it's almost like a freeze dried type of feel when you bite into it. I feel
Were those the only 3 you brought, or was there anything else in there?
those are the ones I bought right now.
Those are fantastic.
Yeah, they were good. And then
This is probably my least favorite out of the 3, to be honest with you.
yeah,
It's
this
not
is
bad.
my least favorite probably out of all of
It's
them.
still
It's
good
not bad.
though.
I wish it was more sour. Because I'm a sour candy guy. I love that shit.
Yeah. I don't know how big they are on sour over there, you know, which I
Right.
don't see tons of sour stuff over there.
But it is tasty. It's really nice.
It's-
The little
it's-
fizziness is nice.
I don't know how to. It's kind of tastes like them. What is them bottle cap soda
Yeah.
candies?
It's like a
but
bottle cap and a warhead put together.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to put it. Honestly, like. Oh, look at him enjoy it.
Ooh, his legs are kicking.
I felt like a little fish coming up.
Whoa, easy now.
Oh, right. There is two. Excellent.
That's interesting. That's not bad. That's definitely not bad. It's I've always heard that candy internationally was so much better than what we got here, just because it tastes
yeah.
cleaner and like healthier, and
There's,
like, that doesn't feel so
There were
artificial.
there were certain things that I didn't I've never seen before though, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'll be like I'll say or excuse me, I didn't see over there. So like there were some Oreos that were pretty fire over there. I should have grabbed some. They were like strawberry milk Oreos.
Okay.
That was so cool.
That sounds good.
And then
Did you see the like the mint Oreos or like the not
matcha.
the mint, the matcha? That's what I
Yeah,
meant.
they had matcha almost anything, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people over here I feel like don't like matcha, you know what I'm saying, like that.
I think it's just not
It's like
discovered
this
enough.
area is
Yeah.
chili limon.
Yeah. Exactly. So I didn't know about that. Like I like matcha a lot though, you know what I'm saying? That's why I said like for us personally one of the flavors we wanted to have was the matcha latte joints.
Right.
Matcha latte Kit Kat's crazy good, like probably my favorite ones. And then like I said, those Sakura like roasted soybean ones.
Right.
Really good. They almost tasted like a cinnamony sweet sugar
Sounds
cinnamony.
interesting.
It
Yeah.
was really good, you know what I'm saying? If we do a part 2 and I still got some left over, try to bring some
Oh,
definitely.
we're definitely gonna do a part 2. Even if you don't have candy, we want to bring you back.
Yeah,
just
if you know we don't have candy.
There's just so much fucking stories that we
Oh,
got,
yeah,
bro,
yeah.
and everything. Like I feel like we barely touched the surface even on your trip. Like I mean, it just,
Definitely, man.
so much stuff that we just got to talk about. I mean, we
Yeah,
could do
man.
this for 8 hours, just me
Oh,
and you
yeah,
talking about
exactly,
some shit,
exactly.
you know. So,
Hell yeah.
but definitely, like I'd like to have you back, bring you back. You know, continue more with the trip, kind of just talking, and just come in on like a normal show and we just talk about other
Most
shit, and just kind
definitely,
of see
most
you
definitely,
know, where it's not so interviewee. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Just be one
yeah,
of the
of course,
boys.
yeah. So we can get on some regular topics, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
stuff like
for
that.
sure,
but,
for sure.
But yeah, definitely Japan, man. One of the best trips. Recommend it highly to anybody. If you can get out there, just do it. You know what I'm saying? Like just to just experience something totally different.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like I said, the vending machines are everywhere.
Well, we got so much
Hot
more
and
to still
cold,
talk about.
hot and cold in there,
So
man.
much
It's just
stuff,
so much stuff. You know what I'm saying? Go on and
We'll
on. so.
definitely have to have you back as soon as possible.
Most
to keep
definitely.
Do you
going
have
into
anything else to like plug, like business wise?
Yeah,
you
for
got
yourself?
any businesses or anything like
Nah,
that?
I'm not honestly, man. Literally, like I was telling James earlier, man. I'm actually about to get on my grind real heavy about that. You know what I'm saying? In the general. So right now, I'm about to try to start and kind of venturing into a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? Just to get some more like personal passive income. So hopefully next time we'll have some stuff to plug out for you
Yeah,
guys.
let us know. We'll let
Yeah.
you plug up everything, bro.
Yeah,
it.
most
I
definitely.
definitely,
Appreciate y'all.
I definitely could see you being like a semi-consistent, just come on every now and then guest. So
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
as your
most
shit keeps
definitely.
going, you know, if you got free time, we got free time or whatever. You know, come on in, come talk with us, bullshit with us,
Got
hang
you,
out.
man.
You know?
Got you. Yes,
So
sir.
I mean, this is a lot of fun and all that.
Of course, man. Appreciate y'all having
so,
your boy
yeah.
up there.
Then you want to sign us out? Degenerate
yeah.
extraordinaire.
Oh man, I get to
Yeah,
do the outro.
yeah. Do the honors,
Go
sir.
ahead, go ahead.
Well, guys, this has been Deep Thoughts and Whiskey Shots with your co-host, the Degenerate Extraordinaire, our buddy Nick,
Yes, sir.
visiting from the land of the rising sun,
You know it.
and then our fearless host. There it is.
The Great White Hope.
There
Thank
it
you for
is. The
listening,
Great White
and
Host.
tune in next time. Look out for the shorts, and we love you consensually.
Kisses, bye.
Go Knickerbockers.